you or is it forest? Or a little bit of both.
Oh shit! Damn it.
Mostly Google.
Yeah,
Usually
that's
forest. Damn, you're IT guys.
There we
Crap
go.
right
We're
now.
back. All right, now we're good.
Are you sure about that?
Like it says, we're an advertisement.
Oh, sweet.
Would be funny if
We're
all of a sudden
advertising this.
an ad popped up and it just showed us howdy.
Wait, why does this say advertisement then?
I don't know. Because we're advertising that we have Sara here for the first time.
Yay!
And Chandler back.
And I'm like
Hello.
super quiet by myself.
And Manuel here.
And Budweiser.
Manuel gave me a BJ before we started.
How was
That's
it?
okay.
That's okay.
He likes doing that.
Was it
Deny
overrated
that.
or was it kind of like...
6 out of 10.
Oh, I thought you were.
He didn't fondle, he didn't fondle the balls
It
enough.
was nothing special.
No,
Nothing
not enough
special?
fondling.
No, not once they put his finger in my butt.
Oh,
Uninterested.
How rude.
Was there that moment where it was like unzipping and you were super excited to see like just...
Something.
And then it just came out. You're
It's just like
just one small tear.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I was hoping. We were hoping tonight, but
it's not his night. Never is.
no, never is.
He's let down time and time again.
No.
You want to know
no.
why? Because he hasn't been with a hefty boy.
They do this all the time. Not
What?
as-
I know.
I was like, what do we do?
Yeah,
No
what do we do?
surprise.
Nothing's
other.
different.
We what?
Well, Manuel, what
What
did
did
you
you
guys
just-
do?
Each other.
You said what we do.
Oh, each other.
I said each other.
And I went,
And I said, well.
that's on Wednesday. Those are our Wednesday streams.
We made a horrible discovery today that our love triangle is getting a little weird. Because I'm getting a little cold sore. He's getting a little cold sore.
Oh, God.
His dad's getting a little cold sore. So,
We're doing a whole lot of kissing.
yeah, it's pretty weird. Just the three of us.
Honestly,
though.
I don't even know how you get them.
I don't either.
Because I've heard so many people, like, in relationships, like, yeah, we kissed all the time with cold sores. Never once did I get it.
That's gross.
Some people
But-
are.
Like, you never get it. So I was like,
I think they were talking
Mouth
about that. That
did I just get unlucky?
Some people are carriers or something like that with that, and they're.
Oh,
Carriers.
I must be a karaoke comedian.
Well, they just don't. they just don't get affected by it, but they have it, so they can spread it.
They can spread it, but
They have it,
You're
but they
spreading
just
forest.
show that they have
Right.
it. But they just spread it
they
around.
hidden.
Am I a
That's-
zombie?
Oh, that's my turn.
You're too close to
God
me.
damn. He just like pushed me over.
Oh, well, I'm on my own.
Stop.
Oh, you're wearing my watch too. I just thought
Yeah,
I just thought you had a
literally
watch
put on
on.
all your bling that was on the table.
I was like, oh, cool.
I was hoping you were gonna take a while longer to notice.
No, that's cool.
It looks like it weighs 1,000
Oh.
pounds.
I drank that like it wasn't liquor.
It's kind of frustrating because those little things right there will dig into your skin if you're
Like this.
yeah.
I've
if you're
noticed
No,
that.
my-
It's
yeah.
such a watch
My other
flaw.
watch
Yeah.
did
Because
that a
you don't
lot.
put it on your right hand.
Right.
So then that wouldn't be an issue.
That's kind of what I thought too when I got it. I was like, oh, this is weird. Why isn't?
But then if you think about it, it's because that's how you adjust it. You wouldn't be able to be like.
But you're
like
not doing.
I feel like I said
That's
really
true.
easy.
You wouldn't
Adjust
do
it
that.
on the
Yeah, you
just
would.
do like this.
As a
But
watch
then
designer,
you
though,
can't
that
see
makes
what you're
sense.
spinning. If you're like right here, you're like this. You're like shit. I
Oh,
can't
I
see.
It doesn't like give you labels above it. You just kind of
I know.
No, you could go like this.
That's what I'm saying. It's uncomfortable rather than
No.
just going like right to the spot.
You just go like this.
Oh god.
I think Wesley should get your wiener a tattoo, and it should be the Trump thing from Mario.
the chain
The
chomp?
plant thing
The plant one.
Oh,
that
the
comes
plant
out of the
one?
pipes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that one.
Way down.
that'd
Be a
super
small
cool.
plant. But cool.
Wes is like, coming to get ya. Run away, Mario.
Oh, I hate this chair.
I'll find my perfect
We can
woman.
find something to put it on.
Someone who's into
Or
gardening.
maybe twist it so that's in the
yeah,
back.
I'm gonna twist it.
Forest.
What'd you say? What am I doing?
Oh no, I said I'll find my perfect woman. Someone into gardening.
I'm not in a
Fill
gun.
the.
You're grinding
There's gonna
into
be more.
my.
There's gonna be real wobbling back there.
Oh,
Just
wait.
push it all the way against the wall. There you
There you
go.
go. The challenge of the chair persists.
There we go.
Fucking-
There's
Yeah, so
other-
at least if it pops out.
There's other
I'll
chairs.
like
the
go
wall.
back. There you go.
Yeah, there is
I
other
won't have
chairs.
Manuel like pushing me over.
Yeah, if that one's shitty, I can just get you a
No, you're
different
good.
chair.
I'm
There's plenty
comfortable.
around.
There's like 700.
It's
in the
marker.
office.
I know.
Oh, wait.
No.
Oh,
Looks like crayon.
where'd you guys go that you get little?
You need a magic eraser, Mr. Clean.
Oh.
If I get that bad boy right off there.
You got bleach here.
Bleach.
You guys had to get
Bleach.
stamped just so you can come back. Oh, okay.
What?
What?
That makes sense. Nothing.
Did you say I gave him this stamp?
He
We
said
went
you
to,
get
It's our
it.
entrance when we come in.
Oh,
We
like,
have to get
you
stamped.
need this later.
Ski swap.
We gotta
Park
know
City.
you can be near.
Ski swap?
Yeah, we went to the
Hey,
Park
Alec.
City ski swap, and I got a snowboard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I've never heard of the ski swap.
We were like, we roll in at 8
It's
o'clock right before
super,
it starts,
super
and there's a
cheap
huge
here.
line all the way around the building.
That's
we're like,
either
oh,
just
probably
because
should have been here earlier.
Damn.
People were there for probably at least an hour, if not more, just sitting in the
longer
rain.
than that because there was
waiting.
chairs around.
Yeah,
So what's the point? Do you just
It's just cheaper stuff.
it's
Hmm.
yeah,
Either
it's
they
like,
have some like used stuff, but a lot of it is
like old
year before.
models, year before stuff
Oh, I
that companies
gotcha.
are trying to get rid of, like extra
I got a
inventory.
jacket for $90.
Yeah,
oh, that's pretty
Nice.
good.
yeah.
That's expensive.
Dude, everything was
$90 for a
the
jacket?
minimum. The minimum other than that jacket I think I saw was like 140,
Jesus.
but I saw this really nice jacket. It was like $400, something like that. I'm
He's
like,
like, pocket change, you can do it.
Snowboard jacket.
Yeah.
We're just talking about normal
Fucking
things.
pockets.
I'd be like, I call Wes like, hey
I'll spend more
Wesley,
than like $20.
can I get a loan?
I'm fucking poor, dude.
And I'm like walking around, I'm like, and these people had like their arms full of just stuff, and I'm like, they're dropping like $2,000 right now.
Goddamn white people.
Just like out of nowhere, just
But
like
it was
oh.
cheap. Had
Yeah.
like everything you can think
I mean,
of.
yeah,
for
it is the
snowboarding or
smartest
skiing.
thing to do, but it's just, I was like getting sick of just paying for my board. I'm like, oh, $200.
I mean, $200 for a snowboard's cheap.
Sand
Yeah.
clit.
A sand clit. Yeah. It's Alec.
Hello, sisters.
Oh yeah, Alec.
Camera.
Yeah.
I had him on Snapchat and then I deleted him because I was like, I don't think I've seen you in forever. So delete.
Got deleted, Alec.
Sorry.
I wonder how many times that happens to me just because of my ridiculousness.
Probably a lot.
I think like prior
I think I
to-
delete you every other week.
That'd be so funny.
It's
I
like,
just
ah.
get a
Wait,
friend
do you have an
request.
Instagram still?
I don't post very often on Instagram.
I know, didn't for a while you actually lost your account?
Yeah, I've had several Instagram accounts
And Facebook.
and Facebook.
Facebook.
I
Oh,
almost
yeah, I remember
deleted Twitter and because I can remake or it'll come back. Like if you delete Twitter or Facebook, you can just re-sign back in. But yeah, I don't.
I still have the.
I thought about deleting them.
I still have the conversations saved from when you guys would make those crazy.
The giant group posts.
Yeah.
Those are so
Mhm.
funny.
From like right out of high school.
Wait, did those at the St. George house?
Yeah, I remember the time. I don't remember anything that was said though, but some weird shit. I can imagine.
And
Yeah,
then
it's pretty
Kai
crazy.
just
Lots of
random.
news.
Kai,
Lots of-
that's why we
God.
deleted our Facebooks the first time.
Yeah.
It's because you posted a picture of my balls, so I posted a picture of your balls in it, and then there was a bunch of underage people who were like, oh, let's delete this.
Yeah. Good call.
And then that
Great
one
call.
girl came into it, my brother was in there, he said, oh, squid attack.
I remember that.
What does that even
Squid
mean?
attack.
It's been fucking killing it for such a long time.
It's true.
Since we were seniors. Not even.
No, yeah, I was going into senior year.
Yeah.
Kai's a little kid. Kai's been fucking sassy since he was a child. Like when those girls were over the one time, and Kai's like, what was that? What did we call it? Or what? Fuck on. Nope. What? There was a name for a girl, and Kai's like, where's she at? But it wasn't Butterface.
That's horrible.
It was something like that. Kai just said it while all these girls were around. We're like,
Yeah.
Well, need we
So
bring up?
Chelsea, well,
no, it was. It's a girl that I don't think anyone hangs out with.
Probably
But
not.
Well, need we bring up the James and the
Oh,
one girl
yeah.
thing? That was the most awkward moment of my
What?
whole
I
life.
don't know what you guys are talking about.
You were there.
Kai said something about James having, or I don't know. What was it? They're
It's like destroying her.
He said
or something
he's like
that.
she's gonna need a donut after this or a donut blow up
What?
donut after they're done or something. But she was like 14, so
Yeah.
That's horrible.
That's fucking hilarious.
and he felt bad immediately when he said it. He just like said the first thing that came to his mind, and then he was like, "Oh, I definitely should have
I
said
think
that."
James' first response was, "That's fucked up," but not like jokingly, like
Yeah, when he's,
seriously,
like,
that's
serious.
fucked up. And I'm like,
James.
feel the tension in your writing.
When he says that's fucked up and it's okay, he's usually laughing by then.
Right.
It was just, and then it just from me, just
Right.
that's all that came out.
It's hard not to laugh.
What James? Not the James.
Howdy, partner.
Oh, he said that's not cool.
Pretty much.
Or that's what.
But
Okay.
howdy. Yeah. It's crazy. How did your brother like going on a mission?
What is in my shoe? Did you put something in my
I don't
boot?
talk to him
I
at
didn't
all.
put anything in
No?
his boot.
Remember when you did
Yeah,
that
like
something
when he,
ended up
it was weird when he
in my
came
boot?
home.
We're just
He
fucking
went
back
right
forth.
to,
It did like
like,
1,000 times. No way.
Working a full-time
End up
job,
putting
so like I
something in
didn't
your
really see him a
boot.
lot. Then he was like hanging out with like tons of other like friends he hadn't seen in a long time. Then it was like started dating right off the bat because I guess they teach you like, hey, now you're gonna get married.
Bullshit, that's my
Right.
job.
So he was so focused on that.
I don't know
but
where that came from.
I don't
That's
know.
me.
From what he
Put it
says,
in
it
a
was
pocket.
fun, but I don't know anything
And
about it.
fucking roll that in the foot.
I'm no
Never
longer
get
a
moved.
member, so
Right.
Told you
Because
it
we
wasn't
haven't
me.
had anyone on, I don't think, yet who's been on a mission. Because I want to talk to someone about that.
Manuel.
you could have my cousin Keegan is really chill about his.
Yeah.
He was like one of those like typical
He's like,
Mormon
"Shut,
boys
shut,
that do all
shut,
the stupid
shut,
shit
shut."
before they go on a mission. They're like, I'm fine, I'm perfect.
Right.
We seen Colt
And
come
then
on.
Right.
he went to Mexico on his mission. And he came, like he's
Uh-oh.
he played football for Bingham, and so he was just
They turned
big
him.
guy.
Right.
And like he came back and then like shaved his like beard off and just had his mustache.
Dude, he worked it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was so funny. He's like, yeah, it was fun.
My dad's uncle went on his mission and came back gay, and then he died of AIDS.
Oh.
Was this way back in the day?
Saturday.
Yeah, it was a while. It's my grandma's brother, so
Well, you know.
he went on his
sometimes-
mission and came back gay.
How?
So what did he do on his mission?
Well, cause like
Some cool things.
Oh,
Hey, Winworth,
what?
how you doing?
Hey. He found God, apparently.
And found God deep in another man's asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Oh God.
I see the light.
The light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
His fucking mission partner's giving him a head. He's like, God.
This is the Holy Spirit.
This is why I'm here.
Right.
Then he came back.
This
He's
is
like-
my calling.
I knew I should have come.
He's like, I like to bear my testimony. I know the church is true. While I was on my mission, I was fucking wrist deep in another man's asshole. And that's how I know God's real.
Philip, my new partner. I know this is usually frowned upon,
They
but
had
we
multiple companions.
yeah, multiple companions.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Talk, brothers, sisters, we are all together.
We're all united under one.
Oh, man.
That's the kind of edginess the Mormon Church needs. I would get behind it.
At conference, they told them that they need to be more respectful of the LGBT community
Mm.
and, like, accept them for who they are and stuff.
Mhm.
My grandma and everyone was not happy about it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because they still see it as it's like an abomination. Like
Yeah.
that's not real.
My
That's not
mom-
normal. That's not that's not what a typical human
Yeah.
is here for.
Right.
My grandma was asking my mom what a transgender is.
Yeah, because they don't know.
Yeah, she's like,
My grandpa doesn't know anything about it. He's
Yeah.
just one day he was just like, that girl there's just like a little girl. I was
chicks with dicks, blasphemy!
Like, oh, they just don't know. I'm like, hey, grandpa, we're gonna talk. Yeah, they just don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I have to be the one who educates my parents on stuff too.
No way.
Yeah, 'cause
They're like, you
Yeah,
disgust
yeah,
me,
my dad's
Wes.
like pretty hip with stuff, but like he'll say something, and I'm like, Dad, you can't say that shit. Like,
What does he say?
I
Like,
can't.
do you
I'm not
just,
gonna
do you
repeat
just say
it.
that?
The first letter.
F.
F, yeah, a whole lot of.
Do you know
F.
what, have you heard Joey Diaz's new stand-up one?
I
On
still
the
haven't
Degenerate?
Oh, I
watched
was
it
like,
yet.
fuck.
No,
It's on
he's.
Netflix?
I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's called The Degenerates. 6 stand-up comedians that are show in Vegas. They're all 30 minutes long, but it's like Joey Diaz and a bunch of them. But he was talking about it, and he was talking. He's like, a girl tells me, "Don't come in my mouth." He's like, "I'm doing that for sure. I'm not half a mag." With an F.
Oh yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, sorry, I can't say that word anymore." He's like, "I've been saying it for 45 years, and all of a sudden I can't say that word anymore." He's like, "You guys gotta give me an adjustment period."
Right. You need to get like a 2-year clearance of like, okay, well.
He's like, one day I can, one day I can. I'm just not gonna be able to switch over just like that. It's so funny.
Yeah, I don't know. What's your take, Sarah, on like words being like bad or good? Do you think people like? Do you think words are just words, or do you think people like?
I think people use and abuse words. Like,
Yeah.
they're good until, like, it's just abused for the wrong reason.
Right.
Kind of like,
The N-word?
yeah, like, I hate it. I hate it when people say it. I
Yeah.
hate it.
That's
What's the word?
That's
that
the
means-
one-
And, like, I hate when they, like, sing it in songs. I'm like,
What's the word
history
that
people, but they're
Yeah.
like, I'm
means
black. you
bundle
can
of
say it.
Right.
I'm like, that means nothing.
I did my 23.
Yeah, like,
Is it
like,
that one?
cool.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I think definitely they're overused. Especially, like, some swear words, too, are overused.
Do you think though, in today's day and age, people just get like offended to be offended though? 'Cause it's like what we think.
I saw it on
like-
Twitter.
To me, I hear all the
Like
time,
they
it's,
like
part
the
of the
feeling
language.
of being offended.
They
so
like they like the feeling of being offended, and it kind of makes them feel special.
Make a scene.
Yeah, because they're like, oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
I feel like
everyone's
that's
gonna be
happening
like,
a lot right now.
and
Yeah.
they get more attention because then they're like, oh, I really have to watch around you, all
Right.
about you.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no
saw-
one wants to be around.
I saw it
that
on Twitter
person.
today. Some girls dressed up as homeless people for Halloween, and people were real mad about them.
Really?
Yeah, they were like posting their.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it just all they were was like
My
wearing
little
just
nephew was homeless.
they were
Last
just
Halloween.
they were just wearing normal clothes, and it just said need money for booze and jazz tickets, and that's what they are on sign
dope.
saying
But
that.
it was directed because it said did jazz, like it's
Yeah.
directed towards our.
And so
homeless.
everyone was the people are posting online like these sick people. They're making fun of people that lost their families and houses. I was like, they're not making fun of
Are you
anyone.
sure about that?
It's
They
like
just want some free shit.
I saw this.
It was
YouTube
this
guy.
Halloween costume though.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah.
I saw this YouTube guy that was talking about like for Halloween. He's like, as an example, he dressed up with like a poncho and a sombrero and like a fake mustache with maracas, and he was going around to people, random people. Is like, do you think this is offensive? Like, is this what's that called? Cultural.
Appropriation.
Yep. And a lot of people were saying yes, that's offensive. And in the middle of the video, after he was done talking to a few of them, he's like, or he talks to someone else, and it was actually like in like a little
Hey, Dingo.
street where Spanish people are. And he talked to one of them. Was like, "Does this offend you?" He's like, "No, not at all." And he kept asking people, but only brown people at the end, and no one really cared. I'm like, "It's dress up."
I kind
All
of
the
feel like
people-
the cultural appropriation thing got invented by white people.
Okay.
Like getting mad at other white people.
I think white people are the most offended people about
You
other
think-
people's stuff.
Yeah.
Well, because I personally in the
Do
cultural
you think they can't
appropriation-
that because they're not not necessarily
It's
allowed?
because what we
They-
did
they
to so
get-
many cultures, like it's like inhibited that we already feel very more like protective of the cultures that we like.
Not me.
once used and abused.
Oh, dude.
So I feel like now we're like, oh,
Gotcha.
that's so bad. Why would you ever say that?
Well, right. I just feel like the culture appropriation thing is kind of silly because like culture's supposed to be celebrated.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there wouldn't be culture. Like I understand like the dude who did blackface and dressed up like Kanye West this Halloween.
That's gold. 10 out of 10.
That's
Did
probably
you
a
hear
bad
about?
idea.
Did you hear about the mom who like dressed her son up as a slave?
Yeah, that's
And,
probably
like,
not a
put,
good
like,
idea.
yeah, like that's horrible.
Did you see that dude that dressed up like his kids up like Nazis and his son is Hitler?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard
Shut
about that.
up.
I heard
And he
about
said that they were just history buffs, and he doesn't know why everyone's so upset.
Well, you gotta think
It's so
The
sometimes.
people you impersonated.
It was-
That's what it is.
It was so fucking funny.
If you want to be at home and dress your little kid up as Hitler, and be like, look at that guy.
Yeah, like home is
Hitler.
fine. Like outside of home,
Let's see.
no.
Yeah, you take your kid to school as Hitler, and you're like, oh,
They were like walking around, and he was like, "People are so mean to me."
gotta apologize for the Jewish family that shows up. Like, that'd be real bad.
It's not gonna show it, is it? But yeah, the dude dressed up like his.
Go to
son.
news articles or news above.
Good thinking. Not for sale. That's probably why I didn't type for
Yeah.
sale. Damn, they're gonna be finding me now. I'm on the list. Kentucky Dead, yeah.
Wait, what did you?
It just added for sale to the end of it. So it's like I was looking for a Hitler costume.
It doesn't have a picture of it.
Come on. Yeah, what the fuck?
Why does it go from a Hitler story to a tasty Mediterranean meal? It's a confusing website.
Come on, go back.
Did Hitler get you in the mood for tasty Mediterranean meals?
Yeah, it just added for sale.
Most
So
likely.
and made
Yeah,
it.
most likely.
Nope, that's it. Man, there's apparently a lot of people that do it. That's a 10 out of 10 dress up.
Oh my god.
He just tells everyone he's Charlie Chaplin.
True, just. Oh my
There's that.
The armband, he doesn't know what that means.
Oh yeah, see there it is. They blurred out the kids' faces, but
That is terrible.
that was their Halloween.
That
costume.
is terrible.
I think
What is a girl supposed to be?
I don't know, just
she's
German
the
youth.
princess. German youth.
That is awful.
Have you been watching Survivor?
I
Man?
have been watching Survivor. Welcome back.
Oh, I thought I
Ace.
meant Survivor Man. I was like, man, that guy's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not Survivor Man.
Yeah, I've been watching Survivor. It's a weird season so far, but
How many seasons have they done?
Probably like 26.
yeah, I think you're right. Somewhere along those lines.
Wait, are they still making those?
Yeah.
What?
Every year.
Wait, what is that?
It's
A bunch of white people get
Survivor?
paid to go live on an island that a bunch of
Other people
have been living
already
there
survive
for-
it.
Literally the title, Survivor.
yeah, so like 30 people
They're still
or something like
making
that get they go to an island and they get set up
That's what he
in,
said.
or split up in
So
teams.
they're still making that?
and
Wait,
they
what
do
is
like
that?
little challenges or whatever, and they have to vote each other off.
Isn't like the whole like pedestal thing like they have like the peg thing?
Yeah, kind of like that.
I literally haven't seen that in forever. I didn't even know they still do that.
Yeah, I like it. It's
I like Naked and Afraid.
Naked and Afraid's
I would
pretty
totally
cool.
be on that show.
Yeah, that
James
one-
Franco and
I
Seth
want
Rogen
to.
did it.
Yeah, they did.
I saw that.
I like how they just get mosquito bites all over every time, and then like some of them will all of a sudden just be clothed in leaves and stuff. Those are the
Right.
Yeah.
smart ones. And then you'll see some dude never dress.
Right.
That'd be me.
He wanted his moment.
My dick's all swollen from all the bug bites. Look, bitch, it's fucking huge. I'm just
looks
constantly
sickly.
trying to make my moves on the chick that I'm paired up with.
Right.
Manuel was asking me because we were watching.
37
he's
seasons.
Oh my
He's like,
gosh.
how do the guys not get excited when they see the girl like when they're meeting the first time? I was like, they're realizing they're stuck there for 21 days. Why do you think
When
you're
they
gonna
do,
hard on
they just
looking
don't
at
show
her?
it.
It's just me walking
I
up
would
with
just
a
like
stiffy.
automatically.
Fuck you, I never said that.
I had to explain to I can't
You
remember.
totally did.
I had to explain to someone too, like, well, how do they not bang when they're together? And I'm like,
True.
That was my
Like
question.
that,
They could.
He says both.
Have they-
Yeah.
okay, but let's
Shut
sit
up.
here and think for a
What do you
second.
mean?
Let's sit here and think for a second. 15 days in, no shower,
That was
trying to survive,
awful.
working hard.
Did one or
Well,
day
yeah,
two?
I would
Pooping.
have
Day one or day
What
two?
do they do
Open
for
game.
pooping? How far
After
do they
that,
go for
Yeah.
How far do they go
After
for
that,
pooping?
go swim in the ocean.
No way.
How
Play
do
in
they
the
wipe
ocean.
and can they wipe clean?
Well, no, because then
Stinker,
they'd be
stinker.
super salty.
When the
Yeah.
mood strikes, it doesn't matter.
When it's cold and you're
It
cuddling
sure
naked.
does matter.
Is that another level of dirty sex?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a whole new ball game.
Yeah, it's a whole new.
Alec just sent me this and said, I thought this was Wes for a sec.
Damn, you're right. I saw that today and I was like,
What was
I need
it?
to remake
It's a guy
that
on a
video.
horse playing the game we were just playing.
Oh my god.
What in tarnation?
Dude, you
No.
should remake that.
I know. I just need to find a horse.
Doesn't have to be.
That's
It
a-
could just be one of those stick horses.
Should I Photoshop a big?
No, it'd be
picture of my cat?
hilarious if your parents were just sitting in your living room watching TV and you just open the door and come riding in a horse and then
Oh
just
my
walk
gosh, you're
downstairs.
like-
Mom, take a picture for me.
Then you just say howdy and you walk downstairs on your horse.
Got that hat on, ma'am.
The horse is just shitting in the living room as you're walking downstairs.
God.
So Ace Platinum asked, I wonder how many people dressed up as Donald Trump for Halloween? Probably a lot. I feel
Let's
like
find
that's
out.
that's the big one.
Not how many. Let's just do Donald Trump
Mm.
costume.
Oh, okay.
Why do people even dress up as him?
Say
That I don't
costumes
understand.
for-
China.
to make fun of it. I don't know.
Wait a minute.
What? They have a bodysuit of his face? Oh, Lord Jesus.
A romper!
Damn.
Oh!
You should definitely get that.
Build the
But
wall.
that needs to be
It's
lower.
number 3 bestseller.
Oh my god.
Holy
That's
shit.
fucking dope. He's killing it.
Oh, it's on sale too.
$40.
Look at that one.
Ew, that one looks messed up.
Hey, go on, Trump, carry me. Oh.
I don't know how I feel about that
I
at
don't
all.
either.
That's horrible.
50-50.
You want to take my privilege, bitch? Ugh, sickening.
Ew.
Wait, Donald Trump's holding up a Donald Trump mask. Be funny if he showed up and took that off. Surprise!
Oh no.
I want a Ted Cruz mask for sure. I'm be a
Oh.
true
I like how
Zodiac
the
killer.
eyes are poked out on that one. That's creepy.
That's his normal look.
Who's this guy?
Build the wall.
Oh, God.
Why does this show up in there?
Yeah, because that's Donald Trump.
Maybe this is just what he's into. 12 best Donald Trump Halloween costumes. He's into firefighter hose. I'd wear it. Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, so, I didn't see any actual ones of people wearing them.
Do Donald Trump Halloween costume for this year.
Where?
No, just do
Oh,
for
type
this year.
the 2018.
Yeah.
Teachers dress as Mexicans in Trump's border wall for Halloween.
Damn, 10 out of 10. Elementary school?
That is
Idaho.
horrible.
That explains everything.
I know, yeah. That's where that giant white supremacist shootout was with the police.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Ladies. I like to think
Quality.
I like to think of a backstory for that. Do you think like a couple days before they were sitting in their conference room and like
They're like, what if
like
we...
Bernice sitting there with her short black hair was like, guys, I have the idea. Let's all dress up
Manuel,
like
do
the
you feel
border
like
wall.
your culture's been appropriated?
Oh, God. Yeah, totally.
Does that make you sick looking at white people?
Yes.
Me too.
I'm just like, man.
Stop dressing like Manuel does every day.
I don't know. I mean, I wish I had a poncho.
You should start dressing like
Always
this,
wanted
Manuel.
one, and I've yet to buy one.
Start dressing like this, and then just only speak like super deep Spanish, like. Oh,
See, no, what I get offended is by the lady on the far right.
Wearing those on her head.
Yes, those are meant for candy.
That's a fat ass.
Candy.
Yeah, it's part of a piñata.
Oh, she's a pin. No,
It-
she
well, it's a
herself
hat.
is
It's a hat.
piñata.
But instead of using it for that, we use them for candy. So when
I
they
know.
break the
think-
piñata, you grab them, you put them in there.
So, if they break hers, I can't do
Do you think creepy
They're not-
guy right there that has a real mustache, one to the right,
I think that's
He's
a
like,
said-
guys, what do I do?
said to the
Gino?
said to the piñata girl that he wants to use his stick on her? Because that seems like something that he would say.
Yeah.
Oops.
That's
Now
right.
you're dressed up as a piñata. I want the candy.
It's like, let me break you.
Yeah.
Break
Let's see. Is that Forrest's girlfriend here? Yeah, Chandler.
Hello.
Who are the
President.
other people on the stream? I vaguely recognize the man sitting next to Wesley's left. This is Manuel and his wife Sara.
And Chandler.
Force keeper.
Number 2.
Wait, the guy sitting next to Wesley and the girl look like someone who makes pizza for a living. Well, back in the day.
Yeah, back in the
I think
day.
it might be that it almost looks like you might have an apron on.
No, they said it looks like you guys used to make pizza, or not used to, but this
Yeah,
whole
pizza-
side
make
used to
pizza.
make
Yeah,
pizza.
we
You
all
might look like a
did.
chef right
Oh,
now.
everyone but me
Yeah,
did.
everyone but you made
Yeah, I know.
pizza
Yeah.
for a
Oh, yeah.
time
That's
period.
right. You started
Hell
working
yeah.
there.
Killer.
Some of my favorite
Oh, I just
videos.
had my-
Wait, do they know? Wait, who is that? Do we know them?
No,
He's just a viewer.
that's a good
Guess
guess.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
They ain't wrong.
back in the day.
Back in the day.
Sometimes
Those were some fun
it just be like
times.
that.
You don't want it to be like that.
I remember when
But I
like
do.
you guys would bring over like Chinese like
Oh my
takeout,
God.
and you guys would make
Oh, that was
Chinese
super
pizzas.
fucking good. That was
It was
way
like
good.
the you
No,
guys
you
use
would
like
just trade
orange
with the
chicken
restaurant.
and like
Mm-hmm.
You say we'll give you some pizza, you give us some Chinese food. Go back, make fucking Chinese pizza.
I know I remember
It's fucking
that.
delicious.
You guys would be
They're so
like,
good.
okay, who
Ooh,
wants
the
it?
desserts though.
Just
Once
that
we
was
actually
fun.
figured out how to do
I think
them,
we keep hitting
Took a
That
while to
was-
figure it out.
that was
but
pretty good. I love the what are they called? Lava cake pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Just lava cake in general. Super good.
There was a lot of experimenting done with that stuff. When it's super slow, like, what do you want to do? I don't know, let's make a fucking weird pizza.
so you make yours, I'll make mine, and we'll try.
But you
them out.
guys were doing weird experimenting.
Yeah,
on
they,
the
and
slow?
when you have like so much dead
Every
time, you
fucking
just
week.
make
Guys or
random
girls?
things.
Both.
Obviously.
Only in college. Is there is there a way to make it where you can see you better? What do you mean?
Like, clarity-wise?
What do you want? How do you want to see us
Nice.
better? Instagram?
I
So-
definitely don't sell shoes for a living.
I can't zoom in too much because obviously then what'll cut out.
I could see you doing it for a day or two.
I sold shoes for a living.
Just for
I worked
the
at
fun of it.
Journeys.
That's that guy.
What?
I hate
Did
walking
they
in there
did
and
they
they
make
just bug
you?
you
Did
right
they
off
make
the
you?
bat.
Did they tell you like you gotta follow them?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
when you would want to, let's say you guys asked for, hey, let's bring out some white Vans. I would have to bring you out 3 other pairs
I
of shoes.
hated when they did that. I'm like, I just asked for one, not like 7.
Yeah, we'd get in trouble if we didn't.
Or the
Really?
socks. They'd always be like, do you need some socks?
Even
No,
though they
the
says
socks
like,
are
I just
shit.
want this pair to try.
Yeah,
out. Just
socks
this
and
one.
3 shoes. I fucking
Uh-huh.
upsell you hell hard on those things. The fucked up part is people would feel so pressured with you bringing out other pairs of shoes that worked. So there's a reason they did it, is because sometimes I would be like, I brought you out 6 pairs, and then they would end up buying 3 pairs of shoes. So like you're supposed to bring out a minimum of 4 though. Like that's
Right.
their like policy. Like we would get in trouble. Like I got a write up one time because I was like,
What the hell?
I was like,
That's
they asked for
messed
one
up.
pair. They came in, asked for a pair of shoes. They're gonna buy them. I'm gonna get the sale. I'm not bringing them out the other ones, and then I got a write up for it. So
That's dumb.
mhm.
Beach.
I would
I
never
hate-
walk into a place and buy 3 pairs of shoes if I'm just looking for one.
Right? I would just buy one pair and be like, none of these
Yeah.
work. Bye.
Just this.
I hate it when I'm like, I'm just looking, and they won't get the point. I'm like, I'm just looking. Leave me alone.
Oh yeah, I can't zoom out further unless I move the camera even more.
Yeah, and if it's cutting people out like bad, like on our side, we have it set up so you can still see everyone in the frame. So you might have to adjust one of your settings.
Yeah, it's on you.
We're just talking about you can't see the lower half of our bodies.
Oh yeah, well you don't need to see our lower
You
halves.
can see my left
I
foot.
don't know.
You want to see some, baby?
Crotch.
I would just be so mad if like I went somewhere and they brought out like 6 pairs of shoes. I'd be like,
Like, I literally just gave you
No,
this one.
I've had that before. Where they bring out more shoes. I'm
I
like,
hate it.
I don't
It is
want
unnecessary for sure. It was just policy. We had to.
but it worked, I guess. Like some people be like, well, I don't want
I
to
think
take
Zoomies
those
is
shoes
worse though
back."
too.
Yeah.
Zoomies I hate. I never even go in there. 'Cause
Hey,
I'm like,
what's up? My
they
name's
start. They're
Bastion.
like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? Like, you give a shit. You're just asking me questions to not get me lost in the store.
Right.
Yeah.
My name's Braxton. You want to go longboarding?
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
everyone who works at Zoom.
Yeah,
It
sounds
is.
about right.
Did you
Yeah.
see that guy that made a video making fun of it? Like he did just like that while they were in the Zoomies store, and now like he just goes in there and Zoomies is paying him to do it because it's like getting attention. He's making fun of the employees, but it's
Right.
getting him attention. So like he just makes videos in Zoomies like he's an employee.
Can you
But-
imagine getting that phone call though? About for sure.
Yeah.
Right. I'll definitely
Yes,
come
I'll
back
take
and
more
roast
money
them.
from you guys. You're gonna pay me to do this shit?
I want to see a video of that.
Yeah.
I've never heard
I
of
take
this.
that every day of the week.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Wait,
go roast
is it
Oh,
your
even funny?
employees. Done.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's funny. It just used to be on Vine or something.
So these are old.
I think so. Yeah, this guy.
Oh, I remember this guy.
He got like he does other videos too, but like.
What does he do?
He just goes and roasts Zoomies employees.
But then I think they started paying him. Like he pretends he's a Zoomies employee, and now he just. Okay. Ski ski.
My name's Bryson. You already know my name. I'm gonna show you guys another beautiful day at the office and what I go through every day. This show. That's 13 Thrasher hoodies. That's $9,037.03. Did you guys want to pay with debit, credit, or Kush? You guys need help yet? I asked you if you need help. I'll help you. You know what help is? HELP. I got it, dude. What's up, dude? Oh shit, dude. Y'all ain't even real, dude. But those outfits are. What the? You guys know what G-Shock is, dude? You don't, because you don't have a G-Shock watch, dude. You guys want a G-Shock? I would be G-Shocked if you did. These, I usually sell them by the 8th, but for you two, I'll sell them to you for $1,000. Straight from the club, dude. Sativa from North Carolina. Socks you'll never wear and smoke.
See, they just let him do these videos in the stores now.
Chad, dude. He's working packs on.
Yeah.
Your phone. Look at this, dude. Shirt with a cat on it. You guys need a shirt with a cat on it? I don't need it because I already get enough cat. I'm talking about girls, dude.
Oh, girls, dude.
Yeah, just all he does is those videos.
Oh, God.
Do you guys
That's crazy.
think that malls will be gone, like for our like next generations?
Like, and it'll be all online stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So more just buildings.
Well, I feel like now malls is becoming more of like an experience rather than like a
Warehouses.
shopping
Right.
center.
There we go.
It's cool to go to the
Warehouses.
mall, but
Yeah.
not many people actually shop at the mall.
Yeah.
Uh,
was
I
your
mean,
name?
a lot of people like to
No. Something
check
obviously.
their size, whether it fits
Crush
or not.
That's true.
So that could still stay,
But there's companies now
To-
like
but limited,
What's
maybe.
the company? I don't think it's Tim's. It's one of the other ones where you can, they'll actually give you a free stylist, and you can tell them like what you want to like dress like, and then they
Oh, yeah.
all online, and then they send you a big box.
Your aunt did this. One of your aunts did that. From Oregon. What's her face? She told us about it.
Stacy?
Stacy. Yeah, she tried it out.
Shout out Stacy.
What is it called?
I don't
can't
remember
yeah.
the name, but yeah, I know I looked at it for me. I didn't want to spend the money, but like we're gonna send on the first box 2 pants, 2 shirts, a tie,
That's cool.
a pair of nice loafers, and like a couple other things. And then when it arrives, you try it all on, and anything you want to keep, you pay for. Anything you don't want to keep, you send
Oh
back.
yeah, Stacy. Yeah, my aunt did do
Yeah,
that.
you only pay for what you keep
She
too.
did it
so
because she's now principal.
you can have just keep in pants and then.
Right.
So yeah, you just whatever you keep.
And if you hate everything, then you send it all back,
You
and
don't have
then
to
your
pay for it, yeah.
stylist will call you again or talk
That's
to you
so
and be
cool.
like,
I'd
okay.
be like,
Yeah.
Dude, I bet freaking
Just dress me like Chandler, that's what I'm gonna say.
Like that for, like,
And then they
stylists.
just like
Would
follow
school
your
for that?
Instagram, and all of a sudden I just have the same clothes as you.
That'd be super
People
cool,
would pay
dude.
a lot of money for that.
Oh yeah. I mean, style.
For someone else to pick what you wear and you like it.
Well, and I definitely think having that stylist thing is like desired for a lot of people because they feel like they're like, oh, he knows what like I would look good in.
It's just
you
a dude like me. Just like
He's just like looking at clothes like, yeah, he looks like he'd look good in green.
Yeah.
He looked like a green guy. I hate green. You should try green.
well, because I think now a lot of people go towards like fads, like the whole like crop top and the high pants. I feel like every girl did that, but not necessarily it wouldn't be good for their bodies. They could have dressed as something similar, but
Right.
out of like the whole typical wear. I don't know. I think that's why people.
damn,
like,
they should make me a stylist for women. I would just
right?
be fired within a day just because I was a dick.
Right.
300 pounds? Alrighty, I got you.
Here's a blanket.
There's a blanket.
A snuggie.
Like
That's horrible.
anytime they send you something like, well, I think I would look good in high waisted jeans. No, sweetie.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
You need a robe. Oh, that'd be sad. I'd be pissed if you were someone who actually did that and I got that. Oh, your ratings would go so low.
Right. You'd be fired
Destroy
on the
you.
spot.
It's like looking at these today I learned. Anyways, why are you saying my one?
Darn too.
No, I just remembered something,
Shucks.
so it was a little different. But yeah, Canada made it legal.
Mm.
I think Mexico was
So
either
They're going
thinking
to
about
too,
it.
yeah.
Either they're going to or they
Yeah.
did.
No, they're
I can't
going
remember.
to. They're
going
talking about. They say it's unconstitutional to have prohibition on marijuana. So, man, U.S. is gonna be like fucking fighting. My dad was wondering. He's like, "Do you think like the cartels and
Yeah,
like the
I asked
Canadians are
him
gonna
about that.
fight for like territory in the U.S. Because now that if it's both legal, they're both gonna be there. So what's happening right now is in Mexico or in Canada, the cartels are buying up all the dispensaries so that they're not losing any business, and so like everywhere.
Well,
it's
hey,
legal,
now they can make money legal.
so the cartels are going from criminals to fucking businessmen
Yeah,
and like
absolutely.
legal. So once it becomes legal in the U.S., there's just gonna be dudes in Canada and dudes in Mexico like
Yeah.
fucking turf battling for.
Flourishing here.
So that could, that's a bad thing
That
for
would make it
us.
super easy for him too.
Yeah.
A lot of more
I think more violence.
people coming over.
I'm just surprised.
Yeah, that wall ain't gonna do shit. they're gonna dig under.
I'm just surprised
Yeah.
that
Everyone has a giant tunnel that goes under
Yeah,
the
right.
U.S. It just
That's
doesn't
like
stop.
tunnel.
Canada. I'm just surprised that America, like they I mean, they see the money that's getting made in California and Washington, Oregon,
Oh,
Colorado.
it's so
And why
much
do they
money.
not just,
Alcohol companies
Pride.
and tobacco companies.
I understand
Pride.
that, but
That's why in a lot of the medical states, the only people that can like carry the marijuana to the dispensaries is alcohol companies.
right.
It's because the alcohol companies were fucking losing money, so like all these, they're just basically will lose money, and they have too much money to invest in politicians to vote in their way.
Do you think that? I don't think tobacco will ever go away, and I don't think alcohol will ever go away.
I think tobacco will, to be honest.
Yeah.
Eventually, but
I
right
think
now
eventually
they're
because
kicking,
of the health that
And
that's
fucking
causing so
e-cigs.
many now.
E-cigs already put a giant dent in it. Like,
They did, but because of the few laws that passed this last year,
it's because big tobacco.
freaking tobacco came back and bit them in the ass again.
Well, are we sure that e-cigs help or lowered tobacco rates? Because in my eyes, like,
A lot of
Be
they say
more-
that they have said
Starting
that we're-
off like high schoolers, like stuff like that, because like if you go to high school, you'll
It's
see
a
every
fad.
fucking kid using
Yeah.
e-cigs and Juuls, but they all think it's disgusting to use cigarettes.
yeah, but I think the natural progression is like, yeah, they say that, but like 2-3
As
years
they
later,
get
when
older.
the
Yeah.
their
e-cig's not
example-
kicking anymore.
Their example is the Juul thing,
Right.
and they're comparing those to those, and there's a
They're
big
different, yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now I know there's 3 people at my store that I work at, and 3 of them use Juuls, and they're like, yeah, like I used to smoke cigarettes, but Juuls do it for me now, and I don't smell bad, and yeah.
I mean, if you're going from that to
Oops.
like vape, that's good. But when you're going from vape to like you start trying cigarettes,
Well, that's the
mean-
only thing. That's why I wonder is I think it would be
We can look it
easier
up and
to
find out,
want
I
to
guess.
try a cigarette because you've already been vaping since high school. You know.
I would think it as like it's easier to get easier but not cheaper to just buy cigarettes.
Well, they did say on like a thing like 4% of Americans who try e-cigarettes or vape pens are more likely
Oh, yeah,
to try
see.
tobacco.
It's an
It's
all-time
like
low
4%
right now.
higher.
Cigarette smoking is an all-time low,
That's pretty dope.
with 14% of U.S. adult smokers. That's crazy. Only 14%.
What was it before?
Probably way higher, but like, so obviously we're an all-time low. In the 60s, 42%.
Yeah.
And that's like everyone in their asshole was
Right.
smoking.
Well, and
It's
that was
like-
because they told them that it had fucking medical.
that it was
benefits.
cool. It was good for
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Your
everyone was
doctor would
smoking.
prescribe you fucking cigarettes.
It was so
Well,
messed
yeah.
up.
See, it's all shrinking
Yeah,
market.
they like smoked in like buildings anywhere you could smoke anywhere.
Yeah.
It wasn't ever a
Oh,
problem.
no, yeah.
I guess see,
remember.
vaping is killing the cigarette industry, and it may get worse. So yeah, I
hope
think
it
Definitely
does.
will get worse.
it's gonna kill it all for
Oh, I
sure.
know. Yeah.
Unless, I guess I better step it up. I gotta fucking bring back the cigarette community, one cigarette at a time.
You mean
I'm just sitting in this office, like looking
pack at a
sick
time.
as fuck, like my eyes are
Right.
all like, just
You
smoking,
start smoking in this office.
throwing up.
well, I don't think you live past 5 years
I don't
from
know.
now.
Like, have you ever talked to an old person?
Yeah.
Every single old person I talk to that's lived a long life, they're like, hey, what's the key to life? And they're like, oh, I've been drinking whiskey and smoking cigars since I was 14. Never
It's
once
true.
have you heard, like, oh, I was on a gluten-free diet.
Great. I'm gonna die earlier.
I
The vegan in the room is gonna die before
don't know.
me.
It could just, my dad always says, like, those people already had way health benefits, so, like,
Right.
but every time you talk to an old person, I feel like they have some fucked up diet thing that keeps them alive.
Well, there's
Well, it's not the reason it's keeping them alive. but-
Prune juice.
Prune juice.
There's a guy at my work, and he comes every morning and gets his iced coffee. He's like, 70 something, and like he's on like oxygen. He's like he still will smoke. He'll still drink his coffee, and like he came twice in a day, and it was the same day. He had like a heart screening.
Oh, shit.
He came like at like 5 a.m. when we opened up, and then he came again at 7. He's like, I'm on my way to my doctor, and you're like, this is your second full cup of coffee. Here you go. And he's
You're
like,
like-
and I've already smoked 2 cigarettes.
You're like,
I'm like, God.
Killing it.
you're like, you have cigarettes and fucking coffee, and you're wondering why you're having a heart screening.
Right? Yeah, and then his oxygen tank is in the car with him, and I'm like, oh God, Bill.
Yeah.
Killing it.
True. Yep.
Yourself, but you're killing it.
Yeah, we're like, please don't
It's probably
die.
more fun that way.
Right.
I don't know. It's until the last years.
Yeah,
Like,
I wouldn't want to be that person.
I always tell my dad, I was like, I'm just gonna chain smoke because what do they say? Smoking takes an hour off your life, whatever. Each cigarette. They just say that, whatever it is. But they're like, I was like, Dad, I better start smoking a whole bunch. He's like, yeah, you may die sooner, but those last few years are gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because slowly everything just.
It's not like all of a sudden like you're just smoking a cigarette and you just.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No, you just start fucking. Oh my god, I could be like, hello, hey.
Ew, no, that's gross.
That'd be so cool, dude.
Chandler.
I hate that commercial of that lady. I haven't seen it forever.
There was a new one they did where it was like a bunch of people, and it was like
Oh.
them giving tips on how to live your daily life with your trachea.
That's so
And
gross.
it's like this old man in the shower, and he's like, "Make sure you sit away from the shower head." So
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
water down your
Oh.
throat."
It's like
I'm
it's an anti-smoking commercial.
Yeah.
I've seen those.
It's so disturbing.
And then-
Like, dude, aren't you thirsty?
And then that
Might as well.
I'm gonna make an ending
Just
to
open that shit
that.
up and drink it.
right.
I'm gonna edit that, and it's just gonna be me at the end. Yeah, make sure you fuck Grandma's trachea.
Right.
Oh, God, it's so gross.
Ace Platinum said, yeah, Betty White says vodka and hot dogs, doesn't she? I think so.
Yeah, bro.
What's up, brother?
Don't ever do that again.
Keys to a long life.
I like how the top one was keys to a long distance relationship.
There's 0.
Yeah, don't do it. It's going to suck.
Eat fewer
Really
calories,
good.
but more food? What
Yeah.
does that even mean? A
Lots
bunch
of
of
I
lettuce?
veggies.
was gonna say lots of
Like
kale.
this before we went on a date tonight, I had a huge bowl of just cauliflower. I'm like, this is delicious. And I was like,
Cauliflower?
It was like
Broccoli's
rice,
way better.
rice cauliflower. No,
Cauliflower
broccoli
is
smells
bomb.
like butt.
Broccoli and cheese?
I like cauliflower
Ugh.
a lot.
Ugh.
Anyways, would you
Oh,
fuck this old
so
lady,
good.
Wes?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh Lord.
I'd kill it.
Pipe it up, dab, dude.
Finding something you're interested in, do pedophilia.
Oh God. Yeah, that's messed up. I would never use that picture.
Teaching your kid how to.
I wouldn't
strum.
trust this dude getting guitar lessons from this guy in a million years.
So what did Bill teach you today? Well,
To keep secrets.
Yeah, to keep
Taught me-
secrets.
Taught me how to string a guitar.
Connect with family and friends. Okay. Shaniqua here.
I do think that is weird that like.
Flex your mind. Alright, fucking Magneto.
I think it's weird that a lot of people say when you get older it's super important to have family because they've done studies where like being lonely, like if you're alone, you will die faster.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
You do stupid shit.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's just like you don't have a will.
True.
You just like
You don't have anybody.
you're just like, oh well, no one cares if I'm gone, and then your body just naturally starts.
Yeah, you
Deteriorating.
need
I'm the opposite. I'm
companionship.
like, I hope they care when I'm gone. That was like,
You still drinking your coffee?
Yeah.
You take a long time.
how do
to
you drink your coffee?
He lots of
Black.
sugar and
Black
milk to the point that it.
I like
doesn't
mine
even
like
taste
I like
Murder.
my men.
Murdered.
Black.
Black.
The best way.
It's only
That's how
red.
I drink mine is black with a little bit of cinnamon powder.
My uncle always buys those
Cinnamon
like
powder?
Interesting.
my uncle goes to Starbucks like every day. He either goes iced vanilla macchiato or iced caramel macchiato.
Oh my
Fucking
God.
venti. And every single day. And like he'll get me one, but I'm like, God, I'm getting fucking diet. Like I'll drink like a tiny extra shot of espresso in
yeah,
it too.
yeah.
espresso, can't
Because
forget
it's a
that.
venti, so that means it's 4 shots of espressos in there.
So he gets the extra too, and then like I'm just feel like I have diabetes. Like I get shaky not because of the espresso, because of the fucking sugar in there.
There's a lot of sugar and there's a lot of espresso.
I like.
So I'm
hot
like, God,
chocolate
I have like a
and
quarter of
put
that. I'm
a
like,
shot or
ooh.
two
Yeah,
of whatever that's called.
What?
the espresso,
Yes.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
And that to
Espresso?
me is tasty.
hot chocolate with espresso.
Oh, a mocha?
Is that what it's called?
Yes, that's what a mocha
Yeah.
is. I love when people are like, can I get a hot chocolate with shots? I'm like, yep, that's called a mocha.
Yeah, and
How
then you
should I know
they
that?
pull up to the window and you pull out a bottle of Smirnoff. How many shots you want?
Say when.
Oh, I was telling Manuel's sister, I was like, don't ever, ever, when you go to Starbucks, don't ever order, like, say, I want some squirts of a flavoring in there. Like,
Oh,
can you,
God.
like, 3 squirts of vanilla?
Ew.
I'm like, don't say
People
squirt.
say that.
It's so gross. It's a pump. It's not a squirt. It's gross.
Well, I'm not gonna say pump either.
Pump it
Can
for
I
me 3
get
times.
squirts? Who says squirts? I hate it.
I'm like especially say fucking squirts now.
So nasty.
You can give me about 10 squirts of coffee in that cup.
Make sure you pump it really well.
God, no.
So Ace Platinum says it's funny because all vegan ambassadors are aged between 20 to 40. They're never like 70 to 80. That's true.
That's true. Yay, vegan.
Let's look up the oldest vegan alive.
You guys all
It's
worked
gonna be a
at,
Buddhist monk.
you guys all
That's
worked
true,
with
yeah.
Domino's. Probably Dave.
God.
He was vegan.
Yeah, he was.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I
118.
forgot about. Did you know?
I
He,
told
he's
ya,
a
it was a
boost
monk.
monk for sure.
I told you I was gonna be a monk.
Damn, she's right.
See who just like the top little
Fresh. Do we have a? I
Well,
don't think
because like originally
Wait, the
a
oldest guy
was,
is how old?
like
118.
Who's the oldest person alive right now?
Mhm.
And how old are they?
I swear that I've seen people or heard of people that live.
Oh yeah, that was the oldest vegan alive.
Oh,
Was
the
118.
oldest person though.
Is 122.
That's insane.
That's a lot of years.
They died in
4 more
97.
years.
though.
1875.
I bet they look like the fucking crypt keeper. They do.
Oh.
Chandler, let me suck your dick.
For sure.
That's
That's
disgusting.
gotta be some record.
Oh,
I've gotten
no.
the oldest BJ ever.
Right?
Oh, let me see that dick.
That's
Be this young and be like,
disgusting.
The person that sucked my dick was born in 1782.
Bitch's dad saw the Declaration of Independence.
He was in the room.
Wait, which president is it that they had 3 generations live? Fuck, let's hold on. It was like 3 generations.
30.
Fuck, who is it? Let's see, hold on.
Isn't that weird to think about though that the oldest person was 122, so that's like only 2 years behind us living in another 100 years.
That's
See if I
fucking
can-
crazy.
That's weird to think about.
Like here, can you?
Oh,
imagine,
yeah, this
like,
is
being
it.
here for another 100 years.
John
Weird.
Tyler.
Right?
President John Tyler. Hold on.
The fuck is John Tyler?
I've never heard
Was
of
he
this
in
character before.
Did he have
He
to
was-
follow up Lincoln?
No, him and I think so. I think him and his dad. Oh fuck! Hold on.
John.
So he was born in 1862. He died. He was born in 1790, and his grandkids are still alive
What?
because him and his dad were both like 70 when they both had kids.
Oh,
So it's been
gross.
3 generations.
Holy crap!
And
shit.
yeah. That's crazy. Like, yeah, President 17. So he was born in 1790, and he still has 2 living grandkids.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
They don't even have a fucking colored photo of him. That's how old their grandpa is.
That's insane.
That's really weird to think about.
Yeah, like they never.
That
Seven-
fucks you in the head.
It's
1928.
It's 2018, and he was born in 1790, and he still has grandkids alive.
Wow.
That's fucking crazy. Let's see. Served from 1841 to 1845. Still has 2 surviving grandkids. His
65, 75, and 63.
yeah.
That's not even that old if we're being honest. Like,
But like to be like, oh, my grandfather was born in 1790. What the fuck? It's 2018, pa. That's so crazy. Yeah, see,
Did they have any kids?
75 when I was born, and his father was 63, so that's why.
That's
Damn.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, so he obviously has great gen. Yeah, that like, that's so fucking
that
wild.
is weird.
It's like the comedian, who's the fuck? Hold on, I gotta think of his
It's
name.
just crazy that you guys can still like produce children when you're freaking like 85 still.
Right.
And us girls are like, nope.
Yeah.
Who's that redneck comedian?
We 50.
Yeah, we 52.
His dad was 70 when he was born.
Earl Dibble Jr.
No, he's a comedian. He's always on Joe Rogan. I gotta look it up. You guys keep talking while I find out this guy's name.
I don't know. I don't know. Ace Platinum says the funny thing is, theoretically, you need to eat to survive. If people are consuming low-calorie foods at an old age. They're not eating enough, so they die quicker.
I don't know. That dude was 118.
Since ultimately starvation kills human beings.
That's false.
That dude was 118 years old, so. And he was a vegetarian. I said veggie. I didn't say vegan, so he must have.
He's also got God on his side, though.
Being vegetarian or vegan, you're eating a lot more foods. Like you're eating like non-dense foods. Like if you guys have like tons of bagels and whatever, like that's not gonna do anything. But like vegans are just eating so much vegetables.
My uncle was vegan for a long time, and he just switched. He eats cheese now, so.
Oh, so he's vegetarian.
Yeah, he said he started feeling sick. He said like a lot of the tofu like that he was eating, he didn't realize was almost like bologna. It was just random stuff, just pressed together.
Right.
And he's like, I started reading the ingredients on a lot of this like he would eat like tofu turkey for Thanksgiving and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I learned it was actually worse for me. So like he's still almost vegan, but he eats cheese. That's the only thing he does.
Yeah, I would say there's a lot of vegans that really like substitute meats like chicken tenders and like beef, like tuna, this and all this stuff. And it's definitely like been created in like.
That's what he said. He's like, if you're gonna eat the substitute meats, make sure you look at the ingredients first.
Yeah.
Because he's like, those almost are worse for you than a lot of the stuff. He's like, you can live vegans. He's like, make sure you don't eat this substitute stuff without checking what you're doing first.
Yeah, like I don't eat tofu. I maybe eat like once a week if that, because it has like can be bad for females. And then like all the meats that I eat are like, it's not like meat. It's basically just like grains and vegetables that have been pureed.
Obviously.
So I don't know. You're not starving, but you're just eating a lot of food. I eat more than Manuel all the time.
I think it's weird that tofu can be bad for females. That's a weird thing to have.
It's just hormone stuff.
It's because it can totally fuck with their
I tried it one time and I thought it was gross, so I haven't tried it again.
The fucking
sushi.
Tofu is weird. If you were to like squeeze out all the water and like you soak it in some flavoring for like a whole day, you cook it up and it'll literally just taste like it. But people who want to cook tofu, they don't really do much, so it's just like bland and it just is like that kind of just that texture no one likes. And so that's why a lot of people are like, tofu's gross, it's fake, but it's like
it was a long time ago. I just remember I didn't like it.
Yeah,
the vegan turkey I had tasted like turkey. So
yeah, it really does.
Oh, I can't wait till Thanksgiving.
What you guys need to try?
My favorite holiday.
That what is that place called? That's like the vegan place that we get the pho from.
That's why I'm not going.
House. You need to go to
like
Veggie House.
Definitely not.
It's so good.
It's vegan, but it actually tastes
it's
like a broth.
Manuel, you're dripping all. There you go.
No, yeah.
Is that what you tell him?
Yeah,
You're like, Manuel, you're getting dripping all over the floor. Relax.
All right, hey, it happens sometimes, okay?
Lord Christ.
I have an opinion that I'm gonna get roasted by like probably this half of the
Do it.
thing.
Which half?
You guys?
Oh,
He's offended.
I can already tell him for his face. Like I can't wait to just roast this
Okay,
bitch.
what?
I like
Ooh, a
tofu
quarter.
bacon regular than regular bacon.
okay, you're fucking high.
Okay,
wait.
I forgot about
I
that.
hate regular.
What about
bacon.
turkey?
He doesn't
turkey
like
bacon.
Like turkey bacon?
No.
you
Do you
eat
like
that?
turkey bacon?
I don't know if I've ever really had
Turkey
bacon.
bacon's it's
I
super
love
lean.
every kind of bacon. There's
Turkey bacon's
No,
I'll eat 'em all.
it's gross.
Dude,
Let's
fucking
do
no.
turkey bacon.
especially
Maybe,
ones
I-
that are like frozen in
It's
the
lean.
freezer.
Turkey bacon's
you
really good when I had like.
De-thaw those and then put them on a nice grill. Ooh.
Yeah, turkey bacon I think you
Good
like. It's super lean, but it's super high in protein.
I probably would like it then, because like I liked the fake bacon that I would get because it just had the bacon.
Is that the one
flavor.
that comes in like layers?
Yeah, it looks.
So what
it
did
My
you
looks
mom gets
really
that shit all the time.
processed.
It's really good.
Yeah.
That
And it's-
shit's really good. You just have to cook it in the
Try
microwave.
turkey
It's just
bacon.
as good.
It's really good for you. It's high in protein and it's super
Yeah,
lean.
no, I
Yeah.
I
Why
would
don't
probably
you
try
like
it.
regular
I
bacon?
just think it tastes nasty.
Ugh,
And when you
Like
look
you
at it
said,
though,
the-
you're
the
literally
fake
eating.
Bacon. that you
That's what I like.
because it has
I
ain't
a
mad.
flavoring of.
You're the worst.
Bacon's
Would
I
you
just-
eat? Would you guys eat
I don't know.
bacon if you
It's
had like a
confusing.
pig in your lap?
If I had to cut it, I would
Baby
cut that
pig,
shit
yeah, for
off the
sure.
pig.
I've had the whole thing before.
Do you know
Don't-
what's
don't
all
even
the whole
Do you know
thing,
what's
but-
super sad though?
Don't.
So my cousin and they live in
I've had
Wyoming,
turtle,
like
too.
Jackson Hole. They're like super farmers and stuff like that.
Cannibal pigs.
No, and so
No,
he
really?
raised these pigs from birth like they were his pets, and they fucking made him kill his own pig to eat. Like it was like a pet.
That's fucking messed up.
That's
Pigs
what I
that
say
eat
too.
bacon.
Because pigs are
Cannibal
smart like
pigs.
dogs, so he raised this.
They're smarter than dogs.
So they made him raise this fucking pig like it was like a dog, and then they put it down and then ate it. That'd be like
Old Yeller.
That'd be like you fucking raising up old Tucker and then putting him down to eat him.
Like
Real
dinner
old
time.
I
Desperate
could
times,
never.
dude.
It wasn't desperate times. That pig was delicious, but I ate
I'm
that
just
shit.
saying,
You're a
desperate times, man.
demon.
He was delicious.
If you had known that
Oh, I knew. I
from
ate him.
even before.
I still ate him.
Oh, okay. I don't think I could do that.
Are you serious?
I didn't eat a dog. I ate a fucking pig.
Boris, you're the worst.
Fucking pork chops, baby.
Pork chops are so yummy.
Put that sweet sauce on there. Oh.
No, dude.
I don't even know his name, but I ate him.
Ugh, the texture of meat is okay. If you guys
I would eat
never-
Chandler if he tasted delicious. Chandler passes away.
Good old lemon.
Do you like
lemon drop.
okay? Do you like meat because of its texture or its taste?
Both.
Well, yeah.
Actually,
so,
it depends
but
on texture.
if you cook it plain, no flavoring at all,
Steak.
I'll eat that shit.
you like the
Steak.
taste of it, not
Steak,
the
yeah.
texture.
I wouldn't mind the
It
taste.
depends on the
So
animal.
if I made something that tasted just like
I
what
don't
you're
like
eating,
deer.
and it wasn't meat,
I
but it
can't
didn't
eat
have the same
deer.
texture, but it tasted like it,
Yeah.
would you guys eat that
Steak?
over
I'd
what,
eat steak
over
plain all the
meat
time,
though?
Or
No, she's talking about like.
if
fake
you
meat.
if you like did a substitute that tasted the same.
Yeah.
That's I wouldn't eat it over
would
meat. I'd
eat it,
eat
Then
but
it.
would
I don't
you
know
no
if I'd be
longer
happy
eat
about
meat?
it.
No, because I fucking need that meat.
But what's the point? You just told me you'd eat it because of its taste.
Yeah, I need that fucking.
Yeah, and if you're
Meat
telling
in
us
your
something
mouth.
will taste the exact same,
Yeah.
I'll eat that shit.
I don't
okay,
wanna
so
feel
then
like
I
I'm
could take
eat
away your
both.
actual
I'll
meat.
eat both.
I'm already skinny. I don't need to feel like I'm the. Walking around without energy. No, thank you.
I have a lot of
My
energy
brother's the
all
chef. He
time.
cooks all my meals, so like.
You have a lot of energy though because I think you work out a lot. Typically, vegans
True.
who don't work out don't have any energy.
She was born with extra energy.
Mm. Well, I don't know. I think a lot of vegans now will just
Because like 90% of
because
people
you can
I
eat like
know-
shit as a vegan.
No, I
It is
know.
so easy.
The people that like 90% of the vegans that I know are all always really tired and really grumpy.
Yeah.
But there's like the 10% who have a vegan diet but also do high octane athletics and they have lots of energy because
Yeah.
it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
The same goes with meat. I think it's all just proportion.
The only difference I've noticed is one like I don't
You ever
know.
wake up just like, I want a steak for breakfast?
Never.
But do you
It happened to me
do
last
the
week. I was
vegan
like,
thing for not wanting to kill animals or health?
Originally when I started was for health because after my bikini competition, my body just kind of just gave up and like I had so many digestive issues. I was like, I retained so much water and like I had expanding in it was just really bad. And so I was
You
like,
got
well, I
puke?
guess I'll just because as a competitor you're eating so much meat
You're
and
gonna puke.
protein all the time that you get
Stand here. Just keep talking.
that you get so much, and I think it just
on
messes
my
you up
throat.
because you've
That's
had
how
it.
it goes.
I had it for like 5 months straight.
Right.
So and then after that, so I went vegan for a couple of weeks, and I was like, oh, this seems to be helping a little bit. And at first it was kind of hard because I was eating so many beans, but now I know. I now since I've been vegan for so long, now I know. But then it turned into animal cruelty. Because when I decided to go vegan, I was like, I should
She
probably read
watched
up what it was.
Okicha.
Oak Jaw. I watched Oak Jaw, and that literally like got me started. And then I
Have you
watched all
seen
these
it?
other health
Yeah.
info.
Like towards the end of the
Did
show,
you make
she's
a
like,
lot of chili
I'm
though?
not-
Chili's delicious.
Yeah, I make a lot of chili and curries. I eat tons of
Oh,
curry. I
that sounds
love
way
curry.
good.
with bacon bits.
Ooh.
He's
Now, do you
good.
think
But-
that if you were to go back to do competition again, you would be able to get to the same size you did?
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah.
There's I follow tons of vegan competitors, and there's some that you're just like, how in the hell are you vegan? Like you look at them, and it's like there's no way.
Right.
And so yeah, but I would have to hire someone to help me with my health because I did it all on my own, and so I went to kind of more extremes. Like I lost so much weight. I was tiny.
So do you think then that maybe the reason for the negative health effects were the extremes, not necessarily the meat?
I think it wasn't the extremes because I was like eating supplements to help me out.
Right.
And like it was just I think it was the fact that I was feeding my body so much protein that it just couldn't digest. I was getting a lot of who knows where that meat was coming from, like what animal, what ate what. So to me, I feel like it definitely made a difference. I don't know.
That's why you gotta.
Because like I tasted my parents, because like now probably like 4 months ago, they forgot to make me like make a vegan side of the meal. So all I had was salad, and I'm like, well, I can't really eat that. And so they gave me like a small slice of steak, and I was like, I don't think I could do this. So I remember I took my first bite, I was like, just the texture and like the chewing of it just literally just grossed me out. I couldn't even like swallow, and I just...
A lot of people too, after they've gone from like a vegan or vegetarian diet, when they switch back to meat, their stomachs aren't like
used to it, so they
Like,
just
yeah,
get
you're-
messed up.
the bacteria and stuff's not ready to process it, so like
Right,
it can make you
definitely.
really sick eating meat. Like if you're like go for a vegan diet, like there's people that have been like 20-year vegans and stuff, you know,
Yeah.
and then decide all of a sudden to switch back, and then it just makes them sick. Like there's
Your
this
body
dude
just can't do it.
I can't remember who it was. This dude I listened to, he was talking about how he was a vegan for a long time and he decided to switch back. He said the first night he switched back, he went to like In-N-Out Burger. He's like, I got this greasy burger, and
Oh,
he's like,
God.
it made me so sick. He's like,
Right.
I was throwing up.
Well, it's
and-
like it's like the, I guess in a sense, similar to like going from smoking every day to stopping
Yeah.
right
and
immediately.
just that grease too,
that
like,
effect
Yeah.
like yeah.
for, to your body.
Well, and I think a lot of people too get like really bad. What's the word? Like
PTSD.
no.
Just kidding.
That happens.
That tofu.
Everyone's SpongeBob memes are like, oh, no. Because I think for a while, like the vegetarian vegan thing was trending, so people would go
Oh.
and do it for like 3-4 months,
Totally.
realize that it's hard work, and then fall back to meat, and then they get fucked up, and then they blame it on the vegan diet. In reality, your body's just not supposed to be doing.
Is that why there's
That's
That's
too
too
extremes to
Yeah.
switch to.
Your
Like
Your body's
immediately.
not able to go from one extreme
No
to the
way.
other. Like,
Is that why I
that's
keep
just
reading
crazy. Your body doesn't
Yeah.
do
about
that.
people not liking vegans? Like right now, there's a lot of things that I
No.
see.
No,
about
the reason
It's
that
because
people-
of
the culture.
Mhm.
Right,
and it's
but-
pressy
okay.
people, like either culture.
Yeah.
Like someone that fucking like, for like her, I wouldn't be like, eat this fucking meat, like, you know, or she wouldn't tell me, no, you have to eat vegan diet and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
and I wouldn't
It's just
be
the
like,
extremes. You
don't
She
need
care
still
about
eats
this and
meat
think about this.
sometimes.
Sometimes
Oh,
I
yeah,
do,
but
like,
you
do
guys-
that
Well,
to
that's a-
him, but
That's different.
yeah, but like I think that there are like I think the reason why a lot of people are turned off
It's
by
extremes.
vegans is because there's a lot of vegans that
Especially
will
when she
literally
eats meat.
make you feel horrible. For
It's like
your,
when they went to
eating
Chick-fil-A.
animals.
A bunch of vegans went to Chick-fil-A and demanded
Oh.
they serve vegan meals, and so that's when that giant meme popped
And-
out. And he's like, I don't go to vegan restaurants and demand they serve meat.
Well, I just think that
Yeah.
people forget, like, in any situation, we could be talking about vegans or, like, politics or LGBTQ. Like, when you do extreme stuff like that,
What's a Q stand for?
Weird.
quality. I think that,
No, it's there, but I was just curious what you were gonna say.
yeah, I think that it pushes more people away.
Oh yeah.
You know, because if you want
Sure.
to, and that's I never understood that, like, with, you know, vegan, vegetarian, being homosexual, or even like being religious.
Just-
Listen,
Okay,
hear me
sorry.
out. Or being religious. Like, why do you have to push it on people? Why can't you just live your life how you
Yeah.
want to and be happy?
I thought you said
Yeah.
being vegan makes you homosexual.
Oh,
That's why I got it from the first minute as
Yeah,
well. I was like, oh, okay.
I was like, Wesley's about to roast some fools called vegans homosexuals.
no, that's not what I said.
No, but I think it definitely like it's just the pushiness of it for sure.
That's it. Like anything you believe in.
Wasn't this
and it's
kind of go
worked, though,
back to?
too.
Yeah.
Doesn't this kind of go back to what you asked from the very
Are
start?
traps gay?
Huh?
No,
Are traps gay?
don't listen to him. Continue with your thought.
About
Traps are
people liking that addiction to getting offended.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like pretty much the same.
Well, and I think
what you're
people like
talking
Everyone
to
just wants to
argue,
feel
too.
special.
Yeah.
It's because people want to be right,
And-
and they want to put somebody else down to feel like they are better than you.
I want everyone to leave me the fuck alone.
No, and like he said, everyone wants to be right. I'm super argumentative. Like, if I was with like, so my dad's super conservative, so I'll argue the opposite to him.
Yeah.
But if someone was super liberal towards me, I'll argue super conservative. Like, I don't have beliefs of my own. I'm just a dick, and I want to.
Now, Two-Face.
That's not Two-Faced.
I mean,
50.
I mean,
I don't know. I think I'm just a dick, and I like to argue with people because I know a lot of stuff. Like, I'm not saying, oh, I'm super smart, but like, you know, the average
He
person.
is super smart. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, Chandler knows.
Well, and I think too, like, and I know a lot of people hate this answer, but there's some stuff that doesn't have a yes or no, or this side's right, this side's wrong.
Oh, for
You
sure.
can take a
'Cause
little
That's
bit
more
of
than half.
everything.
Yeah, I mean it's
It's like, yeah, that's a tough one. Go with your gut.
because like for veganism versus meat eating, there's studies on both sides that proves both right.
Yeah.
So
just
it's-
like an
it-
endless thing.
And I think it comes back to everybody's body acts different.
Go to your gut.
So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you probably should go to your doctor and see what your doctor says.
Oh yeah,
Things
that,
like
and that's
that.
they recommend that if like you're doing something a change like that, so you're doing it right. Because some people will be malnourished and they
Right.
don't know, and like I said, you can eat like crap as a vegan. It's
Yeah,
so
definitely.
easy. There's so much.
Whole lot of
shit out there.
Cheetos.
No.
Yeah, and like I know when I went, because I was pescatarian a couple years back, and I was the pescatarian for like 6 months, and like I ended it because I realized I was being so dumb. I was eating so much bread because I was like, what am I gonna eat instead
We
of
tell
like
everyone what that
love
means.
meat?
bread.
Like I was.
We tell everyone pescatarian. It's just
Oh.
for viewers. Sorry.
Pescatarian is like just eating fish as like your protein source. Like so you don't eat any land animal,
Leave
but
the
any
ocean
animal
alone.
that's in the
So
ocean
seafood.
you eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and typically it's also like a gluten-free diet as well,
Yeah.
so you're kind of
Well,
within that.
everyone talks shit on
I
gluten
used to
free,
hate
and it's not
fish,
that bad.
no,
For it.
it's
Like
pretty
a
good.
lot of people have
Yeah.
gluten.
I've tried like swordfish and salmon. I love like tons of other fish.
Yeah.
Working at
Chandler,
a restaurant. and I
one
was
time
like,
we were
"Damn,
fishing,
this
and
is
Chandler
good."
just took a bite of the fish. He likes it raw.
That's gross. I would highly doubt
True
that.
story.
That's what many people say.
Sarah
that.
knows I'm
gross,
lying
don't
now.
even start. That's
Well,
like you and your stupid.
He told me I
mind.
couldn't do it.
He
Well, I
did
do
it.
think that everyone is kind of on board that like gluten and stuff like that's just not good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah, there's some like proven things like I don't know. I'll still eat gluten.
I like to
every
eat
once in a
tons
while.
of gluten.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well,
hard.
Gluten's
And
life.
bread diet's not good for you at all either.
Oh yeah, no, and so
I
that's
ate a
why
lot
I
of
like
bread.
ended up
That's okay.
ending that.
Me
But
too.
it was fun while it lasted. But I don't know, like my dad's a hunter, like so, and when we go and eat, man was like, I don't know what to get. I'm like, get that. That sounds really good. I think
The
you'd like
reason-
that. And it's like has meat and cheese.
Right.
Just because like I'm not gonna endure like make sure that he has to eat like tasteless food because I can't have it. No, it's just I mean I'll always help. I don't mind meat eaters, but don't
That-
feel like meat make me feel like shit from my option
Exactly.
to be vegan.
The reason that you don't like deer though is because it has a like they feed
Gamey.
gamey. Yeah, a lot of people don't know what gamey is, so I don't say it
Yeah.
just because no one fucking understands
It's
that taste.
like a
They don't.
But I would rather almost have the gamey. Oh, okay, I love the taste of
Chewy.
steak, but no, it's lean. It has
I
no
can't.
fat.
I can't handle. I've
I
put
would ra-
stuff on it.
Well, I'd rather have an
Just
animal
can't
that
eat
I
it.
know has lived a full life and like can't breed anymore, stuff like that.
You'll take a cheeseburger every day.
I will, but like, would you rather have an animal that's fucking a slaughterhouse, like those chickens that don't even
I'll try
grow
baby
feathers
deer.
anymore?
yeah, like that.
Or an
it's
animal
like,
like that you
it's
know got put
organic.
down? Yeah.
yeah, that's what my dad says. He's like, because he kills what he eats. He won't just do it just for like the
Yeah,
trophy.
Right.
I hunt too, but I haven't killed anything in 10 years because I'm not doing it for
Yeah.
trophies, shit like that.
Yeah.
And like, if
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna
keep-
eat it, I'm not gonna
keep a
kill it.
tooth or
Mhm.
or
Well, everyone does.
Well, yeah, of course you'll keep what you like kill. I'm like, but my
But
dad like
you don't just waste it. Like I know a lot of
Do
hunters
what
that
the
just kill it
predators
and
do.
waste the whole animal.
and keep it as a
it's
trophy.
Stupid.
Mm.
My dad gets angry when he
On your
hears like
body.
news stories about those people.
Burn every-
He just,
Me
like,
too.
That's why
Burn
he get
every
bad
every
reps.
kill.
I'm the same with elephant hunting. It's like
Oh.
anyone that hunts elephants disgusts me, but it's a fucking double-edged sword. It's like it
Have you
sucks.
tried elephant?
No, but the fucked up part is, have you?
No.
Oh, but so
Get
like,
fucked, my mom. Stupid.
so like it's just I would never, and I think anyone that hunts or elephants is disgusting.
Cool.
But the sad part is the elephant hunts are what pay for the preservation of the elephants because not enough people
Yeah.
donate. So it costs like
Kill them.
$500,000 to go on an elephant hunt, and that goes to the preservation of elephants.
So it's like a sacrificing
We-
one elephant at
if
a time.
people would,
Yeah.
if all these
To
people,
to pay for everything.
so if
the elephants that are gonna
To
get
keep from them
hunted
getting
later on.
whopped.
So if we,
Wiped
as
out.
people, would donate enough money for animal preservations, they could get rid of elephant hunts. But because no one does, then
Besides, people want to hunt.
the main source of money for preservations of giraffes, elephants, like anything like that, is
Comes
because of
from those
hunting.
songs.
So it's like if we would just like donate the money, then
So,
it could go.
When
out
they
of
go
it.
trophy, what is it called?
trophy hunting, it's just like
Trophy hunting.
elephants, fucking
Big animals.
Africa,
Like bears,
basically
lions,
Africa.
tigers.
Anything that you
It's,
wouldn't.
it's
yeah.
the what is it called? The people that keep the animals. I'm brain fart.
Preservation.
Zookeepers.
Yeah. The
Animal preserver, or yeah,
they're
like-
just the people, the employees or volunteers or
okay,
whatever.
yeah.
Tours.
They're the ones that I guess, offer.
Well, it's usually the government that sets
And
it up.
well, the thing is, so there was this. Everyone was mad about it. You guys may have seen it. There was this giraffe, and it was like a famous giraffe almost, and it was super well known. But
Wasn't that the same thing with the lion?
well, and the lion too. But this giraffe, everyone knew it, and like it was like media famous and stuff. And a hunter killed it, and everyone was pissed about it. But it was killing off the younger giraffes. Like, so it was like too old, it couldn't mate anymore, and so when they killed it, it couldn't mate anymore, and it was killing off the younger giraffes that were able to mate. So basically, the giraffe.
Also killing off.
Have you seen giraffes fight? It's fucked up.
Yeah, they like
Oh,
spear
that's
each
what you
other.
mean.
It was
Yeah.
killing.
Crazy.
They were killing. So this old giraffe was killing the young giraffes that were able to mate. So the giraffe population was declining, and so they killed this famous giraffe. Everyone's pissed, but the village that the giraffe was in had to approve it, and so they killed this giraffe. And they got like 1,200 pounds of meat, this giraffe, and they got like $200,000 in the village.
Wait.
So it's fucked up,
Yeah.
but
I
it's
guess
like
I guess I never thought
yeah.
about that. When they do trophy hunting, they get to keep something.
Yeah, so it's
well,
fucked up because the person going to do the trophy hunting
is a piece of shit.
Is doing it to like
For the
hang
fun
up
of
a
it.
giraffe head on his wall.
Yeah.
That's
So they
all.
get to keep
For
the
the trophy.
head.
Yeah.
Right.
They
and
can keep whatever they want.
They can
It's
keep
theirs.
like.
But they never keep the meat, no.
So what? But on the flip side of it, the back side of it is the local government or the tribe or whatever that will host it gets a lot of money, like
And all the meat.
$200,000, and all the meat, which for them, like
That's
that
what they
helps
eat.
them
Okay,
survive.
I never thought. Well, I didn't know that.
It's still fucked
if it
up.
if it is like that,
yeah.
it is like it's
That's why I say it's a.
double-edged sword.
It's,
yes,
it's
very
hard.
much.
That's why it's hard, because like this dude that's paying $500,000 to kill this animal is a piece of shit. Obviously, that has nothing better
So
to do.
they get the shitty
But
side.
but the fucking
Short
everyone-
end of the stick
yeah.
there.
Well,
That-
it only lasts for a little bit. the
That's what
whole
I'm saying.
phase.
That's why it's tough.
No,
It's,
but no, it's just like I've seen what past people that get known for that, just like death threats, all this other stuff from just random
Well,
people. I'm like,
yeah, it's because people are naive. But like, I agree with my dad in saying that like if there weren't any hunters
guess
in the
it's-
world, you'd have like an overrun country full of animals that
Well,
people couldn't control.
what was
well,
was
hunting
that
is
thing they just
permitted.
passed, or-
It's poachers. That's the problem.
Oh.
Yeah,
Poachers.
poachers are the problem because they're the ones that
Yeah.
go and kill rhinos and then leave
Did you
them
know?
to.
So, for example, did you know that since
Yeah.
1970, 60% of the world's animal population has gone down
yeah,
since 1970?
60%.
and it's because there's more and more people in this world, so there's like need space.
Well,
and there's animals there.
I think it's the Pacific Ocean. Don't
Did
quote
you
me on
see-
this, guys, but there's only 74 killer whales left.
It's crazy.
That's it.
They're
Just
still
because
trying to
whalers fucking
Yeah.
and fucking SeaWorld Shamu.
Yeah.
God,
What
don't go
what
so
China
wrong.
just passed?
Yeah,
not
that's-
passed.
It's fucked up. they
reversed the
allowed
revert.
rhino horns, and so basically they allowed trophy hunters. So they're allowing ebony to be sold.
Was it sharks or was it?
It's one of them. I just remember the elephant and
I
elephants.
knew
rhinos.
the
Shark is
rhino.
already a thing
The
that they do,
rhino.
that's
So it
not
could have
even
been
allowed.
elephants. It
Yeah.
could have been
Shark fin
elephants.
soup.
Yeah.
Elephants and
With
rhinos
shark
just
fin
for
in
medicine
Do you know what's-
medical use.
I know. Well, they allowed their cells of rhino horns and something else in their country, which is super fucked up because China was getting super mad, like, oh, Utah or USA is not joining the climate control. It's like, okay, if you're fucking want to do this climate control, you got to protect animals too.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I
tough
know, like
subject.
it's just sad.
I saw a
It is
picture
It's a
of-
hard
It is
one.
sad.
No, it's like a
a
win-win.
rhino.
I would never hunt
Like,
elephants. That's
it's
fucked
horn
up.
color.
Yeah.
They're so smart.
Yeah, they are.
And like, yeah, that's what some dude just me. I was showing my dad this video of these guys were hunting elephants, and they were just killing the babies and stuff too. And then the elephants charged them and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, these poor hunters got trampled by elephants." It's
It's like
like
it was their fault.
they were fucking just laughing, shooting these fucking beings. What do you expect, you dumbasses?
See, and the thing that bothers me too about the trophy hunts is I kind of wish they would make it more of like a actual hunt
Yeah.
too, because I
Rather
think
than
there
like,
should be.
let's just take you where he's at, and then you can
I think
kill
it should
him
be a
there.
risk
Yeah.
that these people are having to take if they want to do that.
Not
I think
from
they
the
should.
car.
Yeah, I think they should
Yeah.
still have to pay $500,000. I think all the meat should still go to the tribe. But I think motherfuckers should go out there with like, because I mean they're killing these animals from like hundreds of yards away. The animal doesn't even know
Same.
he's there.
I think, yeah, so my dad was saying, because me and my dad bow hunt, but we still use compound bows. which is ooh fucking. But anyways, so my dad was saying he's like we should start spear hunting,
Right.
and then calling everyone that doesn't spear hunt snowflakes.
Snowflakes.
Because like
You pussies use rifles and compound bows.
right. Because like what I think that they should have to take the risk. Like you should be able to go out, and if you think you're a better predator than a lion, then
Yeah,
you know what?
all
Get your
fair
trophy.
game. I tell
Maybe,
my
like,
dad to
one
use
backup,
knives.
Right.
If you can
one
use a
starter or
fucking,
something, and you just gotta walk.
if you can
Right.
use a
Good luck.
machete to kill a fucking lion,
Then you know what, dude?
you're the fair game.
You fucking.
Because that lion's
you
gonna
paid
kill
for
the
it.
fuck out of you.
Yeah. Because those lions are gonna win.
Because it's all
99%
luxury
of the
too,
time.
and they don't even have to
I'll
like.
be that 1%.
There's
though.
other people that are like, pulling that, getting that like animal like all cut because you have to like carry it out.
Yeah.
Right?
Right, yeah.
So my dad like he'll gut the thing and like do it all there, and it's all his. Like he's done it. He's the one
Yeah.
who's hiked it out. But these people are getting the trophies. Are just like, boom.
me
Okay, yeah,
that.
you guys go do your thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then like hand me that when you're done.
Come here,
Like,
look.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I
yeah.
think
like
if you
it's-
shoot it like 500,000, you can get a cleanup crew.
Yeah.
That's
But still, I
Funny,
know. Well,
like,
obviously
clean
that.
up
But
crew,
if
like,
they want the trophy, they need to like
Yeah.
treat it as such, rather than like I'm just paying for
Don't be
this
such
animal.
a bitch. That's what I say.
Yeah.
I think the trophy hunting too is just another like rich
whole other
person
issue.
thing.
Do you know what's fucked up? So
Yeah.
I think rifle hunting is not that cool.
My
'Cause I
dad doesn't
bow.
do it. He
Yeah.
bow hunts. He
Me
uses
too.
a crossbow because of his shoulder.
Yeah,
you have to
yeah.
have a license for
That's
that.
still fucking rough. You still have to get in, like, I think muzzleloader and bow is all we should allow. Because muzzleloader, you can still shoot pretty far like a rifle, but still, rifles, like, I'm gonna shoot this fucker from half a mile away.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
because my uncle still bow hunts, and he was saying, like, they went to this one area, and he's like, yeah, we took out 15 deer this year. And he said they were all, like, spikes, so just, like, 1-year-old deer.
Yeah.
It's like, these guys are fucking pussies.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck kills a baby deer?
Yeah, my dad will never do that. Like he
Me
says,
either.
if you ever see like baby
Manuel?
deer, did you just raise
Yum,
your hand?
yum.
Oh,
Manuel,
I was
oh.
like,
Do you know what's funny? Do you guys remember Sam S?
Young
that I went
meat.
to high school with? So he used to come hunting with me all the time.
Wait, who?
Sam S.
Snyder.
Oh.
Yeah. And so we used to go hunting. We used to go hunting all the time, and his older brother did too. But we went to the same areas, but his older brother was with other people in the same area. But this one time, his older brother came into camp, and he killed this really like young deer, and then they left, and this guy we were hunting with was like, man, that fat guy thought that baby deer was gonna be delicious. And my dad's like, that guy was Sam's brother. He's like, Sam, that fat guy's your brother? And then my dad, he took a can and he shoved it up the dead deer's ass. And then they drove in, and his brother was telling me, he's like, he was so mad that you shoved that up his ass. Like, he's like, but he didn't want to say anything to us. But it was so funny. Just, that fat guy thought that deer was going to be delicious. He's like, I shot it once right through the heart. It's going to be so good. He's like, that fat guy thought that deer was going to be delicious.
Silly.
It was so funny. Just, my
Wait,
dad.
is
Just
he
him
saying
saying,
that-
Sam, that fat guy's your brother?
Is he saying that
Blow
because
dart hunting. No, that's an idea.
the deer's not gonna be good?
Well, just because when they're young, when the deer's younger, it's not like it's more tender meat. So like when they're older deer, their muscle fibers are built up more and stuff, so it's more tough meat. So like it tastes better. It's not as
I like
gamey.
tender meat.
It's more tender and more. It's not as gamey when they're young.
So go for the youngins.
Not too young though, because it's a fucking piece of shit move to kill baby deer. Would you
The
kill Bambi?
youngins. Yeah.
Every day of the week.
Yeah,
As
me
long as
too.
I knew it was that deer, I was like, motherfucker's gonna die.
Bambi, I saw your fucking family die, you piece of shit. I'm about to eat you up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing.
But yeah, anyways, on that today I learned. Did you guys see this one? So, you guys watch Seinfeld, right? Wes doesn't really, right?
I've seen signs.
Do you know the Soup Nazi?
No.
You
I
ever
know
seen the
about
Soup
it.
Nazi?
I know
never
about it.
watched
Okay,
Seinfeld.
next today I learned. So this one, Canadians are entitled to receive a free flag, but you have to wait 99 years to get that free flag.
What?
Good call.
As there's an old lady, I'm just here to get my old
Give me my fucking flag! Why did it show the picture of this guy?
I know, I'm like, who's that?
Because he's extremely excited.
He's waiting.
He's
Yeah,
waiting.
he's a
He's
seller.
waiting for that flag.
He's
He's
got
like, I'm done in 79, I know it.
he's got a big pack of calendars for the next 80-something years.
Damn it.
Oh my
crosses a day
god.
off.
This one's wild. I didn't know that. Today I learned the video game industry generates more revenue than the film and music industry combined.
I believe it.
Red Dead 2 just in the weekend made $729 million.
Is that the highest one yet?
No,
Grand Theft
GTA
Auto 5 was. Is it gonna
That's
beat
the
it then?
highest one.
GTA
GTA
5
was,
they made
yeah.
$1 billion in the weekend. It
Oh, so
dropped.
it didn't beat it?
No, I didn't beat it.
Damn.
Wow.
So, Leonardo da Vinci, Jesus Christ.
DaVincio.
Anyways, Leonardo da Vinci designed a robot in the year 1500.
It's because he was.
Pretty cool.
It
looks like
Wikipedia.
it's
It's like Knight's armor.
yeah, it looks like a knight.
Let's just scroll
like
down,
it.
find a random today I learned. This one. Today I learned Thomas Granger, one of the first people executed in the colonies, a pilgrim teenager. He was hung for having sex with many animals, including a sheep of too numerous account, and one turkey.
Sounds
So-
familiar.
Dude.
Me? Hey, don't you
That's
fucking
gross.
tell everyone about this.
That reminds. I don't know why.
And
but
one
also,
turkey. I like that. And
there was
one
a
turkey.
story about this guy who got arrested for having sex with his car. Like,
Oh, I saw that.
like why?
He's
Why do
like-
people do weird things like
There was
that?
the
fetish.
dude on
The Weird Fantasies or whatever that
no,
show.
that Weird Addiction.
Yeah,
he
he
puts
was in love with it.
flashlight in the back of his exhaust pipe and fucks it.
Yeah, the one dude I saw that was on. It may be on the same
What?
show.
Yeah.
The guy said he was in love with his car. He's like, I've had girlfriends, but I've never been more in love with anything than I am in this car.
Like he was in love, like you fall in love with like a human. He
Yeah.
was 100% in love with his car, and he fucked
Isn't
it.
there
Yeah.
a name for that?
I don't
Fucked
know.
up?
Yeah,
Need
I
to be
saw
put
that.
down.
I think there's an actual name for that.
Public hanging? I don't know what you want to call it. Yeah,
I don't know. I just don't get it. Like
Cardish?
the whole. That's weird. Having sex with random things is weird.
And well, I understand having sex with random
Can you read
things,
that one?
but like,
Can you
John
read that
Lennon
bottom
was
one for me?
Yoko Ono's
Bangkok?
husband. Who the hell is that?
oh, that word. Oh, let's see. Krung the Pung
Unahaka Hana.
Yeah. Oh wait, what's the second word, Chandler? And the third and fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh and eighth word?
Holy shit.
Sympathetic. Okay, that's bullshit.
What is this article?
Yeah. No.
Oh, Bangkok's. Oh, that's Bangkok's real name. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
No way. That's a
Let's
sentence.
see, what's that say?
That's random bull. Someone just
It's,
put it.
A lot of numbers.
it's pretty obvious if you just look at it. It's Krong Tabaka, Amada, Madabla.
What's that? Anyways,
Bingo.
I didn't know this. John Lennon, Yoko Ono, his wife, was. John Lennon was her fourth husband.
Yeah.
That's weird. I didn't know
Who the
that.
hell is that?
John Lennon's wife.
No. Yeah, the wife.
Yoko
oh,
Ono,
I see.
yeah.
Okay. Nah.
That's weird.
Yeah, I didn't know that one. So I learned 66% of Japanese gamers are women.
That's. I don't know.
Oh, this one's for you guys.
Have real jobs.
The mecha anime,
True.
The Big O. You guys seen that?
No.
Oh, never mind. I'll
What?
just shit then. 'Cause the Snickers candy bar was named after the Mars family favorite horse.
Their horse was
Come here,
Snickers!
That's adorable.
Damn.
That's cute.
Oh, I don't like their slogan anymore. Did they eat their horse because they were grumpy?
Oh.
What?
Damn,
Cause-
Snickers lost the race.
Because now they always say, like.
You're not the same when you're hungry.
Yeah, it's Snickers bar.
That's
I
horrible.
hope they didn't
In
eat
2009,
Snickers.
Japanese scientists successfully bred fluorescent monkeys.
What?
I want to
What's
see what
the-
a fluorescent
what's
That
the
hurts my
point
head.
of
Like,
that?
I don't know. Did you hear? You guys know about the Japanese experience, right? They say they're worse than the Nazi ones.
Yeah,
I
they're
bet.
pretty bad.
They're so they're
They
good
should
fucking
look
stuff.
up
Shit.
some
Oh
of
look.
that.
Okay, Ryan has one. Today I learned that Jim Morrison from The Doors. His dad was Admiral of the U.S. Navy. Apparently, the Gulf of Tonkin incident in 1964 was a false flag, and Jim Morrison's dad was the admiral in the charge for the U.S. Damn.
Oh, damn.
That's wild. I didn't know that one. I just know Jim Morrison was drunk drug addict, and that's why his music's so unique.
R.I.P. dude.
And dope.
Yeah.
The Doors are so good.
Yeah, they are.
Killer.
Sarah, I've always wanted to ask,
Yeah.
what's your take on like paranormal stuff?
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Like ghosts and stuff.
Yeah.
Or aliens. We'll start ghosts.
I'm not much about it.
Do you believe though? That you don't have to. I'm not saying. But like, what's your? Do you believe ghosts?
I don't believe.
Do you believe that ghosts are real? That's the thing.
I believe like spirits are real.
Like, do you think
I
like
wouldn't say ghosts.
do you think like
Spirits
people die and they're able
ghosts,
to
I
move
would
shit
say.
after they die? Like,
No, that I don't believe. I just believe that it's like you can see. I don't know. I definitely think like I don't know, like you've heard of like skinwalkers stuff, right? Like they're like those are like spirits that are taking over like bodies. I believe like that
Like,
shit is real.
okay.
Because like people have been possessed and it's like been.
yeah,
like,
what's your
that's-
opinion on the afterworld? Do you think?
Oh, dude, I don't even know.
But you believe in like like demons and stuff like that?
Yeah, I believe. I definitely believe there's like bad
Yeah.
spirits and angry spirits or whatever. So I think that's. But I don't believe in
Ghosts.
like.
Heaven and hell shit. I don't know. That's tough for
I
me
don't know.
too.
I just I know. I feel like after we die, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe something else.
I say
So
we don't
obviously
know.
there's the reason why there's.
I
like,
just
there's
remember-
spirits or something.
What's
I
yours,
don't know.
Manuel? I'm curious.
About what?
Like ghosts, heaven and hell. What do you believe?
Well, I feel like I do believe them, but not.
Do you
to a
think
cer-
like?
not a lot? Only because I've never had an experience like that.
Do you think? I'm just trying to think of a story to.
Well, I mean, the only thing would be when, she was out somewhere. You went with your parents for a
Oh.
little while, and I was home by myself with Tucker, empty ass house, and noise. The only creepy thing was because of the noises that random stuff makes.
Manuel.
Dude, yeah, my
that-
house is,
just
like,
the door or
old.
the steps or the wooden
Right.
floors
Rats.
creak. There we go. But then randomly, this was the weird thing, was Tucker usually never barks, and then when he barks, it's because he sees something he doesn't really recognize.
Outside.
And at night, several times he would fucking bark,
Mm-hmm.
and like he would be specifically looking at
Yeah.
somewhere,
Yeah, but he
and it
wouldn't
happened
move.
several times.
They say
Looked at the same
Yeah.
spot.
they say like dogs and like animals can sense
Yeah, they
like
can sense things. So
Like
that's why I
I-
always get fucking freaked out
Dude,
when
I-
Tucker hears things.
It creeped the shit out of
My
me.
cousin
I
was
grabbed
telling me-
Tucker and pulled him in the bed. It's like, you're sleeping, you sleep tonight.
You're like, you're not leaving.
my cousin was telling me a story one time. Like he used to do the Ouija board, all that stuff, you know, and
Fuck that.
he said they were in a cellar or something doing it, and this one of the little dogs they had there just stared at the wall and was just barking at the wall like someone was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would never I would never be anywhere if there was a Ouija board. That like I do believe in stuff like that. Don't even tell me.
No, there's none here.
Okay,
I was
good.
lucky.
I was like, I don't know. Like if it's
I'd
here,
grab
sure,
it and
great.
just put it outside.
I
It's
wouldn't
like,
ever
you're gonna
use
stay
it
there.
though. Like that, I do believe. Like
I don't even
you're
wanna
just
be
asking
next
for
to
shit
one.
to
I
happen.
don't like
We
that
had-
stuff.
We've had two, I think, weird experiences with Ouija board,
Yeah.
and we've told
I
them
don't
like
know. I just
the first one was the first one was when Chandler was there, and we were like, Chandler wasn't even doing it, and he just held this like like straw wrappers, like the paper wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
He just held it in his hand, and like we're like, hey, if you're here, just move this, and the thing just like fell off, and Chandler's fingers went like bent backwards, and then Chandler just went like pale as a ghost, like white, like obviously he's not like bending his fingers backwards, and we're like, okay, like don't do that anymore, whatever we said, and it
I'm
just
a demon, yo.
and then his fingers just went like, but then the other one, it was me, Chandler, Wes, and Jake, I think, right?
Yeah.
But me and Wes were doing the Ouija board, and so like we had like our fingers on the piece, and then like Wes, like we're like, you know, like maybe subconsciously we're moving it. So Wesley moved his fingers up, and mine were like just above too, and like neither of us, we're both just sitting like this, and then the piece just went. But like neither of us went like that, so we're just both like this, and then the thing just went. Thunk.
Yeah, I just think, yeah, there's definitely like spirits.
You know-
I think there's angry spirits. I feel like people who are bad people here like leave behind a bad. I don't know.
I don't even like hearing about things that have to do with the Ouija.
Yeah,
that just
like,
like
we
right there
both
is
are
like,
like,
fuck.
yeah, we
I'm
both
gonna
are
be
just
thinking
like,
about that tonight.
Yeah, like and we just
Sarah
don't.
and I are gonna cuddle a lot.
Manuel's
No, go
crying.
inside.
He's like, "Do you think the stories were real?"
Well, like he gets scared easy too, like all the
I
time.
get
Like
scared.
if we've both been like at home and like randomly Tucker will just bark and like look out the door and I'm like, fuck, don't.
Tucker, stop.
Do you know what?
Yeah, like Tucker is a sweetheart because like sometimes he'll stare and like sometimes after barking he'll kind of like go down like this and like come over and sit by us like that. I feel like definitely I feel like dogs are one of the best, like, sense of anything.
For sure.
I don't believe in, like, the whole, like, TV shows of, like, ghost stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's just totally played off. They're
It
just
is
not
for
real.
sure.
Like, the whole, like, sensors things that, like, go off. That, I think, is totally bullshit.
Or you guys should do, every now and then, since you guys really like talking about this sort of stuff,
It's
is
something
looking
unknown, I love
up
it.
stories or like
Oh, we were listening to
either
Skinwalker
either
stories
true ones or
today.
like made up ones.
I would
But,
love
like,
to have people
I
like
go on
get like
YouTube
people
a
that have
lot.
stories tell us them on come on here, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even just looking some up and just reading them aloud and kind of like talking.
it's
about
tough because it's like trying to find ones that are obviously not made up. It's
Well,
kind of hard to
And
find
it's,
those.
we're in the
Yeah.
time now where everything's extremely made up because like
Right.
it's popular.
So it's
And
tough
you
to
gotta have
find.
an actual video.
Like 3 a.m. I think 3 a.m. challenge thing has ruined a lot of like actual paranormal stuff because
Yeah.
people are just making these fake ones. Like
It's hard, yeah.
the fucked up one that I'm still mad about. Well, I guess I'm not mad, but it upset me was the dude who the day after Mac Miller died.
Oh yeah.
He
fucking
made a
famous.
3 a.m. challenge where he was talking through a voice box saying that he was talking to Mac Miller.
Fuck that.
and he
Yeah.
got like tons of views on it.
Tons
He
of
did it for the
views.
views. Like he got like 250,000 views.
Oh no, it was like
Oh, he got more than that.
13 million.
Oh, I didn't know it got that.
Yeah,
high.
it was a lot.
And
That's
like it was most of the
stupid.
people were mad. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Right.
Yeah,
he
like
died.
respect someone that just
He died
passed,
the day
like,
before,
he was doing it
That's
for the
messed
views for
up.
sure.
and he was like saying something like, "Well, why did you die?" And then his TV turned on. It was an Ariana Grande
yeah.
music video, and it's like, "Was it because of her?" Like, and like he
That's
wasn't like
so
he wasn't doing it
stupid.
like to be funny. Like he was trying to act serious.
Yeah,
it
was just him
fucked
being a
up.
douche.
Yeah.
But yeah, Manuel, one of this, for some reason, I don't know why. One of the only times I was really scared is when me, you, Tyler, and Maria went up to the fake Ted Bundy's house
Oh.
when we found the fucking hookah.
Hookah.
And then
I forgot you were there.
and we found the credit cards in the bag. Remember that?
Oh yeah, the IDs.
What?
There was like 2 or 3 IDs.
In the sex
a
tape?
couple.
What?
Wait, I didn't know that.
I don't remember.
No, the
that.
tape. It was like tape that you used to tie people up.
Oh,
sex-
okay. I was
Not like
sex
a
tape.
sex tape.
Like it's
Like,
actually like a
what?
sex
You said
tape. I was
sex
like,
tape,
what?
and you didn't. think
It's
that?
tape.
Yeah,
It's
I know what you mean.
like
Yeah.
Scotch tape, but
Yeah.
for sex.
Yeah.
Forget
And
it.
like there was that little chest with a dead bird in it.
Oh
What?
yeah.
Damn, you guys have some fucked up shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
why-
was
That would
good.
mess me
You know what's
up.
weird?
There's no way.
We actually grabbed that stuff.
Yeah, we took it.
Well, I would have too. I think that's
Me
a
and
smart
Manuel,
thing.
remember we were washing
no, man, I
the
think we
hookah.
took the box with the dead bird too.
Do you remember?
Well,
Do you
And then
remember?
we threw it away. I mean,
Yeah.
after for like,
That's fucking messed up.
Dude, that was like one of the scary. Well, that's one only reason nights I was
well,
like
we
truly
ran
scared
at one point
because
I
like
think.
we like oh is this because we found like it was a tent set up like
Oh yeah.
the tent's destroyed now but we were there right when the tent was set up and it was a Ziploc baggie full of like people's IDs, wallet, like cell phones, stuff like that. We're like, what the fuck are we doing here? And then yeah, we took all of it, but
I
no,
would
just
too.
not like the IDs and stuff, but
Yeah.
and then yeah, it was scary. Like I was like,
You know, thinking
Maria,
back, I
protect
thought
me.
I think back about that. I'm like, I don't think I would do that again.
yeah.
Go
But then
over.
me and Manuel were watching out because we took the hookah and the hoses. Remember there was earwigs in the hoses.
Ew. That's so gross.
But yeah, that was one of my scary nights. The only one I was like terrified.
Didn't we try using the hookah too?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we made that shit work.
yeah, we did. We
We made that
used
shit
it.
work for sure.
Yeah, it
We
had
hit it.
everything.
Remember we hid it down by Brock's warehouse.
I do. I remember picking it up and dropping it off.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, you want to go get that?" I was like, "Yeah, it's been like 5 hours. Like, I don't remember why we did it, but we did.
Yeah.
We picked it up.
It was just in bushes down like
Dude,
across from
it wasn't
your
it in
neighbor-
Tyler drove, and Tyler was freaking out. He's like, we need to hide it. So we had to hide it at the bottom of the hike.
Yeah. Yeah, we hid it and we had to go back for it.
Yeah, the next. I think it was the next day or
Yeah.
after, yeah.
It was just me and Manuel cleaning out the hoses up at the park by Brett's house.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. I remember that. Those were some good old times.
yeah, that was like the only thing I was like,
How old were you guys? When was
Okay,
it?
it was.
Was that right after high school?
Sophomore, junior?
oh, was that in high school?
Yeah, it was in high
Yeah.
school still.
Yeah.
Mm,
Damn.
yeah.
I remember that. I don't know. You might have not been with us, but there was another time where Tyler wanted to go, and my sisters wanted to go, and so we all got in Well, he got in his car and I got my car since at the time we had the same exact car. We were passing the street that you had to take to go up, the supposed Ted Bundy one, and this was up like closer to Eaglewood, more north side. Yeah. And a cop was passing by the opposite side, and me and Tyler were both like, "Oh fuck!" So he started driving, and all of a sudden you can see the cop turn around, and he just books it.
Damn, I was
just like, I was pretty close to the guy's like, there's no way I'm gonna do this stupidest thing to do. So I pulled over. Oh, dude, he was a fucking dick.
Oh.
Yeah, because I had my sisters in the back, and they were both, I think they were young, and I was like barely 17. And the guy was being
like
things
14,
like curfew
15.
and all this shit. It's like, we're gonna have to call your parents, but all of a sudden gets a call. Like a break-in or something. It's like, you guys are lucky. It's pretty much what he said. You guys are lucky. I gotta go.
Yes,
He was already like getting our information and everything.
Right.
Yeah, that was shitty.
Yeah, because Maria was like 16 at the time when we went the one time. So probably 15, 16.
Oh, it was not my other sister. It was Maria and my cousin. I think it was Rosa or
Is that the one Joel made out with?
Rosa.
I have no clue.
Wait, with who?
I thought.
I honestly don't even remember.
Pretty sure you do.
No, as in
What?
I don't know which one.
Oh,
Which
I
one of
really
his
don't
cousins?
I don't know the cousin
That
either.
you made out with?
No, not me, Joel.
Oh.
Joel came to one of our parties with Manuel and made out with
Was that
him
the
or
one that
something.
you were like crawling down because you got super wasted down to your bedroom, whatever, and it was like. he told
Uh-oh,
me
we
he
about to hear an
was-
incest story?
I was like, wait, what? I'm so confused.
No.
Continue.
Family test.
He
Family
was,
test.
no, he was telling me the story of like once, like it was him and tons of. I think you were saying Brett got super wasted on that party, or like us. I don't
think I've ever
know.
gotten
You were saying
wasted
that.
with Brett.
No, there was one time we all did. And
Really?
Austin
It was like
did.
at a party, and like it was like when
Austin?
you were like.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, no, I
totally
remember.
wasted as well,
Old house?
Like.
Was
I
it the
don't know.
night that?
Thing
It-
I'm thinking of, we're at a
Yep,
park for
yep,
sure.
yep, yep, yep.
No, the only time I remember at
Oh.
your old house is the when like fucking Kyle and Mason came and Zach
Oh, dude, that was a long ass time ago. That was
chicken
remember the
Montego
time I
Bay?
told you, or you
and
remember
Chandler had to leave
I
earlier.
called you.
And
Oh yeah,
And I was
I
super drunk.
remember that.
Someone
I
was
was at
driving
home,
me.
and it was Manuel and I were kind
Someone
of just
was
like
driving. I
starting
don't
to
know
hang
who
out.
it was.
And he had called me, and I was like, "Who the hell?" I was like,
We-
"Hello?"
yeah, it's
and
when-
he's
no,
like,
we-
"Sarah."
yeah, we had
I'm like, "Who the fuck?" Because I remember you were like in a car. I remember you
Yeah, I
called
was
me
in the
when
car
you
in
were
the back,
in a car.
laying down.
Wait, okay. Which night
Super
was it where
fucking
I
Dr.
don't-
Steve got really mad and wanted to beat up that one kid?
Well, shit, I don't remember that.
That
right
was at
now.
your house, party at your house. It was over this girl. The kid was friends with Zach, and I don't remember his name.
Wait,
And Steve wanted to get with her. The other kid was getting with her.
Who
Steve
is
got,
this her?
Steve, I don't want
wanna
to say her
know.
name. Steve got drunk, wanted to fight him, didn't, and then went out in your yard. And
no, you're talking about Jeff,
No, I'm not talking about Jeff.
Steve,
100% Steve.
it was at your house, not at his house.
my house.
Your house.
I don't remember
One of
this.
Woods Cross.
I wasn't there. I just know.
I don't think I ever really hung out with Steve.
Yes,
drinking
100%. Call
I
him.
can't remember.
Call him.
No, well,
If I
maybe-
said the girl's name,
Do you
here.
not remember that part
yeah,
of
do
Chandler?
that because I'm like, I
Mhm.
don't.
At his house, when like Mason
I
was there.
there.
Yeah, you were calling your dad like, let me stay later. It was like 10. And he's like, get home now. And he had it was when you were living in Magna.
Yeah, well, I figured that much.
Yeah, so like it was a party at his house, and then they were drinking. Like Kyle was there, Mason,
Steve.
Zach. They were smoking spice.
Wait,
Remember that? No.
Because she worked with us and she went to the party.
but who would he fight? Was
Well,
it one
he
of the?
didn't. He was.
Well, no, well,
he
he
was
wanted
fucked
to.
up. It was.
Oh no, it wasn't at my house.
Yes,
it was at Weston's house.
No, this was your house. Because I walked from my house so I could drink, and then I
What?
walked home.
Oh my gosh, I forgot you guys live like so close.
Yeah.
I was like,
Dude,
where
those
did
were
you
the
live?
fucking
And I'm
good
like,
old
yeah.
days.
Right.
Do you remember when that fucking
I can't remember
bitch?
the kid's name. It was Zach's friend,
Zach who?
I'll tell you a story. in a second.
Pause.
and it was I don't remember his name. He lived with them for a while.
Oh shit!
Corbin?
Corbin!
Yeah,
The
Corbin.
lights
God
turned
damn.
Oh wait,
on.
Steve was gonna fight Corbin.
He was drunk.
Chandler
and
didn't
wanted
like
to.
Corbin either.
Wait, is this
Wait,
Corbin?
I'm gonna have to
From
talk to him
here?
because I swear I don't ever remember him getting mad at him.
Remember when we went over to
Maybe he was mad at her
Zach's
and
house?
he
You
just
want to
wanted
take
to
everyone's
fight somebody.
pulses?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
Corbin.
James-
Is this Corbin
James was
brown
there.
hair?
No, I thought
With an
James
S,
had a
last
crush
name
on her,
S.
and-
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe.
That's
I'm
who
gonna
that
have to
fight
talk
was
to him about
Corbin.
it because
Yeah.
I can't remember.
No, I can't
That's what I
But
remember.
I remember there was
Corbin one time
things-
threw a controller at me because I was just doming him in fucking Halo.
Wait, who did?
Giving him some dome.
Yeah, I like Corbin a lot, but everyone else has had bad experiences because
I
he's hit on
like
their
it.
girlfriends.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
I think
God.
Corbin is pretty chill. I don't
like
We
think
haven't
I've
seen
had-
I
him
remember,
long
so,
ass
like-
time.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I was the, what's the word? Not instigator. I watched him and Zach Ickes fight because they were like, they had tension between each
Oh,
other.
all the time.
And I brought my boxing gloves over and they fought each other. And
I
just
wish I was
swung for the
there.
fences.
Oh my God.
Zach
Yeah.
was
I do
fucked up.
something remember about. I remember
And
something.
then Zach
about
wrestled me, and then Zach got sick and went and threw up.
Oh,
Maybe I was
God.
drinking that I don't remember this.
Yeah, but is that your house though?
Well, exactly. I don't remember this.
Because there was this stupid douchey kid, I don't know his name, and he was sitting in the living room talking about how he was a vape god.
Fucking the guy. I know who you're talking about. I think the guy that worked at the vape shop by Crossum Smith's.
I have no idea. It was the first time I ever met
The
this kid.
long-haired guy.
I think so, yeah.
Which one worked across from the Smiths? In that by Coldstone.
Okay.
Do you know what kid worked?
Brody.
Brody. Is that what you're talking
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Bro.
about?
I don't know.
No,
That was
I'm
cool.
pretty sure it
He
would've
seemed
been-
way nice.
There was just some douchey kid there talking
Long
about
hair,
how
though?
he was... Yeah, I think so. I don't remember.
His friend, man, almost.
I was
fought-
also drinking that evening, so I don't know.
Do you remember when I almost fought that one kid at Manuel's house the one time? When he was
No.
hitting on
What?
Brianna and Jasmine?
Was I there?
I don't know. Were you guys there?
I was probably there, but
Yeah,
I don't
my
remember.
house.
I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
At my house?
Yeah, you're past.
This was well
What the-
before I think Manuel and I got together, right?
No,
That would have
this
been
one.
like a year and a half out of high school.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
wait, we were together at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What
there
part
was.
did we have your house? Wait, was this the one when I brought the
Don't
gummy bears?
remember.
It was a gummy bear
It
night
was
for
when
sure.
the, it
was a gummy
was.
bear night for sure.
It
I was.
was.
I don't
Okay,
think.
now I totally
You know what I'm talking
remember.
about? That douchey guy?
Yes.
And then like so, Brianna and Jasmine were just sitting in the living room, and I was partying with everyone, and I just came in, and this guy's like trying to get Jasmine.
Oh, I
Yeah,
remember
Steve
that.
was there.
Yeah, that
Steve
you
was
were there for
because
sure.
he
Was this
kept
the
on
same
eating
night?
He kept on eating all the gummy bears to the point like we had to hide them.
And then
And
Brianna,
then
Okay,
he
no, I
found them
remember
again.
that.
that
and
dude
ate all
kept
of
trying to
that
get
night.
Brianna to leave with him.
This was the same night that I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
Yes.
but I don't remember. I only remember little bits.
That guy, he just kept telling Brianna, I was like, hey, come home with me right now. And like,
Right now.
right now.
Right now,
I don't know
right
why I doubled that. That was weird. I was like Tourette's. But yeah, so he kept telling her, and I walked in, and I just sat down there. And then after we left, he was just talking shit on me to everyone.
Oh my gosh, I tell you.
Do you remember that?
Kinda.
That kid?
I don't know. I got pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it was just Brianna and Jasmine. Like, hey, come here.
Everyone
If
did.
I-
Fucking
if it
hell.
was a
I don't
party,
know
I
how
was
everyone
most
got so
likely
fucked.
fucked up.
I
Yeah.
Everyone sat in the kitchen and was eating those gummy
I
bears.
remember that
and-
walk home felt like
Yeah,
a
he kept
lot
asking
longer than
Brianna
just-
to go. Yeah, he kept asking Brianna to go home with, and I was like,
I,
dude, this is my fucking girlfriend. You're asking me to go home with you. And he was like fucking broing up on me and
Should have
stuff.
kicked him in the teeth.
And I was like,
Whose
Was
friend
that
was
outside
that?
his house?
no, it was
There was a
inside.
lot of
And
people there
it's
that
in
no
Manuel's
one else
living room.
knew.
yeah, I remember there was a group
At
like
my
in the
old
living
house?
room that
Yeah.
was sitting by at the tape like around that like little
Yeah.
table you guys
Yeah.
had, and we had no idea who the fuck. So that's why all of us were like in the kitchen.
Right.
Yeah,
That
everyone was
was
in the
the
kitchen,
bathroom.
and everyone was just awkward. And then Brianna and Jasmine were sitting in like your living room on the couches, and then that guy just kept asking my girlfriend like, "Hey, come home with me." And I just
I
walked in, and I was like,
slightly remember this.
"Dude, what the fuck?"
Well, I think that was too when you guys were still pretty new, so like we didn't
Yeah.
know Brianna and Jasmine.
Yeah,
were
yeah.
either.
Yeah, it was super early on when we were
Yeah.
dating, so that's why they were
I
awkward.
forgot
Right.
about that.
Yeah, and then
I don't remember.
And we went into your mom and dad's bathroom because
Yeah.
you were worried about the smell of like the smoke.
Yes, because
And
I
so
smoked,
all of
yeah.
us went and like shoved ourselves
think,
in the
yeah,
bathroom.
There was like 9
There
people in that
were-
bathroom.
There were like people
And see,
that you
that's
were
weird.
sitting in the tub.
I remember those bits vaguely, but remember them. I don't
You're
remember.
probably fucked
How many
up,
times
that's
we
why.
had in the
Well, I think-
bathroom?
Oh, he was
Wait,
totally
honestly,
gone.
I'm pretty sure
I think I
was.
remember. Wes telling me
Because I
that.
swear I
Bountiful
don't
House.
remember. You guys had
That
to tell me
bathroom
what
was
happened with
legendary.
Steve, but
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
I wasn't there for the Steve thing. I think Wes just told me about that guy. Like after I left, was like that fucking kid was.
Yeah, because
Like-
you were there that night. I think you
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, we left early because he was being a douche, and I think he was like talking shit on me after we left.
Well, and I think that those kids left, and then Steve was still getting. Now, Steve.
Yeah, so I left early.
I
'cause
don't
of that, yeah.
remember. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think he was progressively getting more drunk, and then me,
Oh, yeah.
James,
And he gets
either Joey or
aggressive, too.
Weston or someone, and Steve, we went out on the deck, and I think we were smoking prime times or something like that.
Yes.
And
yes.
he said something like that. I'm gonna go in there and kick that kid's ass, and we're like, well, why? Don't do that.
Yeah.
And it was because of
It gives him like a reason. to
there
stay.
was like a specific girl that I think he either already he wanted to sleep with. I don't know. And then Corbin was
I'm
trying to get with
remember, I
her.
think
That
there
one?
was
No,
like.
he never.
And
I
well, I think
can't
Corbin
remember.
did.
Yeah, Corbin was
Oh,
definitely there that night.
Yeah, he
I-
was.
I wouldn't have
Zach was
surprised me.
there.
And
everyone was
then-
there.
And then all I remember is we went outside, and someone put Steve into a car, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna walk home. And then I went home. And
Yeah, I think I don't know how we got, because I remember like we had like babysit Steve forever because he was just like.
Steve's had some good
You ever seen a
nights.
grown man tackle electric box?
Or
I have.
Did I tell you he pointed that out? Wait, he was he?
Or swim in a stream by their fucking
Yeah,
old
we're
house.
swimming a stream in
I
West
remember that night. I definitely
What?
stayed indoors.
That was the night that those two were fucking foot
Dude,
racing.
dude. Yeah, I remember that. See, I remember that at Weston's.
And
Those balloons.
Hey,
Steve
go,
went
go,
for a
damn
little-
balloons.
Steve went for a little swim.
And we all screamed at like 7 a.m. for some
Yeah.
reason.
Technically, he was doing push-ups on the little streams. Like, see, look how
Oh,
close
yeah,
I can
the
get to the
water.
root or the little
What?
water just
I
past.
left right after he was doing push-ups.
Oh yeah, it was those balloons. Those
Dude,
balloons
that's
get
where
you.
Those
that's
balloons,
where
but,
the,
like,
the
Why were we screaming at like 7
I
a.m.?
don't remember. Everyone decided to scream at 7 a.m. I don't
Yeah.
remember the reason.
Oh
It
god.
was
What's
way
that?
fun. That's all right.
liquor that we were drinking? It was like Fireball.
Oh.
Dude, that was the night that I
God,
said
I've
no
been
Good job,
that since the
good
first
job.
time I
to
drank.
Fireball. I fucking
Should've.
hate Fireball after that.
I got Fireball's the worst.
I've told this embarrassing story. The last time that I have gotten drunk was probably like 2 years now. I'm good, dude. And,
No, you're not.
and
You're
it was
thirsty.
because Fireball, and it was embarrassing.
Yeah, it ruins
The
ya.
funniest was when
Everyone has their worst experiences.
Chandler and Cameron smoked dabs.
On accident, we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, they didn't know they were smoking dabs. Or was it hash?
It was hash.
It was hash, so they smoked hash.
And a bong.
God.
Multiple times.
And they didn't know, like, this is gonna fuck us up. So, like, Chandler's ex took him home. And then Cameron stayed there. And Cameron's being hilarious because he's so fucked up. But so, like, Chandler is so fucked up. And, like, I drank his whole bottle of Fireball.
Oh yeah.
And then for years, like, it was like 3 years. And he's like, I just told Chandler he was the one that drank it.
But it was Forrest. He drank
And
my
then I
fucking
just
Fireball.
admitted to him later. I was like,
For
dude,
like
I-
3 years, he made me think I drank the whole thing. But it was convincing because as soon as I left, I threw up for like 30 minutes straight. in
Because
the
he asked
neighbor's
about it, he was
yard.
like, oh, it's just because he's
I
like,
was hanging out in my car throwing up for like 30 minutes. So like it made sense.
oh, it's because he asked me. I was like, dude, where's my Fireball? I was like, dude, you drank it all last night.
And I was drinking like a lot of it.
Yeah,
so,
but I finished
it
the
made
whole
sense.
thing. I finished it off, and I was like, yeah, you drink it.
Restroom.
Go.
Where?
go
Where is
down
Here.
and then take a right and then
Yeah.
just go light.
Go
I'm
all
gonna
the
get
way and then to
lost.
the left
Follow me.
and straight.
I thought that was gonna
Just
ruin
There's
your
a
dollar on the
friendships.
floor.
That
Stay
was
right here. I'll
funny.
turn.
Yeah. It was super funny.
No, yeah, the
All those ghost stories. Now I'm like freaked out.
You're making
Turn on all the
a
lights.
sandwich?
Okay.
Is that like the iPhone like 5?
5C something.
Damn.
She's thinking of
No,
getting
5C
another
is
one, and I
colorful.
tell her to buy it, but she's like, no. So
Yeah, that
So women, am I right?
no.
that last time I drank was awful. You know who was there? It was a party with this girl named Ashley, and Ashley, ours sister was there.
Oh, you told me about a little bit about
Different
that.
Ashley, I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I was thinking
The one I
about.
left her underwear in a backpack in my room.
Not that Ashley.
Yeah.
No.
That was weird.
I'd
Yeah,
like
that
to
was-
hear that story.
I got drunk
And her
one
lesbian
night.
friend tried to corner me outside. And I was like, so how do you feel about Ashley? And I was like, I'm gonna fucking dip under your arm, and I fucking ran upstairs.
I got drunk one night and asked that Ashley why she hated me so much. Because I thought she did, because she was so rude to me all the time. I was like, why do you hate me?
That
so much?
bitch
Do I
was a
know this
bitch.
person? It sounds like
I
don't
think
know
she
this
just
person.
wanted to fuck me. And that was
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then that's the night when she was talking
Never
to
gave
Brianna.
in.
That's the night when at Cody's party, where it was Brianna and Ashley standing there when I was swimming in the pool by myself,
Yeah.
and no one would jump in, and there was a black guy standing there. I was like, dude, come swimming, buddy. And he's like, I'll get in if they get in. I was like, they'll get in you if you get in. Come on, come swim with me. I was just trying to get this
They'll
guy.
get in if you get in.
And he's like, come on, N-word. And
Did you? Who said that?
he said it to me.
Oh.
I didn't say it to him.
I
No
was
way.
like,
So I put end quote.
No,
Goddamn.
he's like, nah, homie. And then said, yeah, but I was like, I'm one of you. Come on, come in the pool.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was a bad night, because that was the night I gave my all my stuff and thought I lost all
Oh,
my
that
stuff.
night. No, that's all you have to say is when you gave me all your like IDs.
Me and Wes have talked about the story
Keys.
many times. Well, what's your perspective of the story? I
Yeah,
don't think-
what's your perspective? What happened that night?
Because-
you went quick, like drinking wise. When you got there.
I wanted to prove I was cool in front of the rich kids.
Me too, that's why I was
Pretty
swimming in a pool.
But do you remember at the same time that same party, some chick tripped over like a little fire pit thing
No.
on her, pretty much on her ass, holding beer, and I think she still held it.
Damn, what a G.
No. I felt like I had to do more that night.
It was. I can't remember. It was out of two girls that it was. Mr. Eric's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Genesee?
That was the one. That was the one who.
I what's their
tripped.
last name?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know anyone else named that, though.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I like her. She's a funny girl.
Genesee Fredrickson.
Yeah, Frederick.
Jordan's ex.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like I had to go harder that night because there was like
The
there was
cool
like
guys.
3 or 4 people there that bullied me in like 7th, 8th grade, and they still never talked to me like since that
Damn,
point.
who was it?
I'm not gonna out them.
Just say first letters?
S-I.
Seth?
No, not guys.
Oh.
Yeah. believe it
Oh,
or not.
girls' names?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bitches.
Okay, yeah,
Bitches
continue.
ain't shit.
I know you're talking about
And then I felt like I had to drink more.
Sammy,
No.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say yes or no. But who it is.
Stephanie.
I never
No,
liked
I'm
No, you don't
it.
have to say yes, but okay, I know you're talking
Yeah.
about though.
And then I felt like I had to drink more heavy, because I wanted to tell them like, hey,
Sup,
you guys are
cunts?
fucking rude.
Yeah.
You made my 7th, 8th grade
Loosen your mouth a little
miserable."
bit. So
You
those
should have
words
let me
come out.
roast them.
No, I didn't. I wasn't really a roasty back then.
No, you should have let
That was
me.
the same fucking party I got drunk as fuck and was telling all of Brianna's friends that they were pretty.
No, that was at our house.
No, that was there too.
Oh, you did twice?
Twice.
You're pretty.
That's why I don't drink. I say stupid shit.
Me too.
We all know.
I
Actually,
don't say sexy. I go
hey,
like old school. I'm
do you
like,
want
"Oh,
me
you're
to tell you
beautiful."
about Chandler's last weekend? Chandler probably doesn't know about us last weekend.
I probably
Wait,
did some weird shit. I'll tell you
What?
that.
Do you want me to tell you?
I'm always down for a Chandler story.
Yeah. It's not like I haven't done it probably before.
True.
No, man, I was just telling you, like, I wasn't gonna actually tell the story. I was
Oh, I got super excited for a Chandler story.
That's what I was waiting for.
Did he fandangle a something?
Is
I
it about my
spent-
weird dancing?
I started drinking, but no. If you do, you want me to tell him?
I don't know what
Because
it
Cameron
is. So
was broing me, so. Cameron
know
was
what
the
it
biggest frat boy last weekend.
Yeah.
I'll just tell
Oh my
minor
God.
details the last weekend.
okay.
So last weekend, everyone was drunk. Like, that's why I'm not gonna, everyone gets drunk. I don't hold anyone accountable. But
You
so,
probably shouldn't, but
no, because
continue.
I've been drunk too, so. Chandler does what Chandler does when I'm drunk. I do what I'm doing when I'm drunk. No one should deserve to be held accountable when they're drunk.
I say weird shit when I'm drunk.
No, it's not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no one deserves to be like out.
Like the night the girl complimented me on my jeans, and I said, "You can wear them at the end of the night."
Yeah.
Wait, what?
We were a windover. I was just like,
No, that was smooth. That was good.
Yeah.
Okay, wait,
Like,
no, I don't know
I
this
was
one.
not. I was not like proud of the moment, but like she took me off guard, and she's like, "I like your pants," and I was like, well, you can wear them by the end of the night. It was the first thing I said. And
Oh
she was like super hot. And then
Yeah,
like
some
it just
hot
got
shit.
awkward. And I was like, why did I say that?
I
Like,
think that's
what?
fantastic.
It was good.
You
Even
can wear them at the end of the night, and she's like, ooh.
I don't even know what happened. Like maybe a few words, and it got real awkward. And I went,
no,
yep,
she
and then she walked out to
no,
her friend.
she was like super impressed, but she didn't know how to.
She was caught off guard
Yeah.
as much as I was.
Because
but
then
for some reason,
they
it
were
was just
all like, there was a
vomit
group
out of
of
my
friends,
mouth.
but she was the cutest one, and they all walked away like that.
Damn.
But yeah, last weekend, so Chandler
weird
and
shit.
Cameron got fucked up.
You could have scored, but you didn't. Is what you're saying.
No, but only, Chandler
Maybe
gets
I'll-
aggressive when he's drunk. But so the only, like there was nothing real bad besides like Chandler was dumping out stuff. Like so there was a bar and Chandler just dumped everything out on the bar. Like
Wait,
I did that last weekend.
Remember that?
at Colton's house.
That sounds about right.
I don't know.
though.
That's off. Okay, but no, he dumped stuff out on the party, and I was like cleaning it up and stuff like that. And then I was just like, dude, like I was getting mad, like, but I was, didn't realize at the time. I wasn't thinking. I was like, dude, he's drunk. Don't be a dick. But I was like,
I
dude,
would've
what the
been a
fuck's
dick.
wrong with you? And then he slapped me, and I said, dude. And then I was just
Did this
cleaning
really
it up.
happen?
Yeah. And so I cleaned
That
it up.
sounds about right. that's normal Chandler behavior.
No, so I cleaned it all up and stuff. And we were going upstairs, and Chandler slapped me again. I said, hit me one more fucking time. I'm gonna hit you in the
It's
face.
probably because I wanted
And
to.
then Cameron fucking grabbed me. He's like, if you talk to my brother, I'm gonna fuck you up. And then he did it.
Always.
Like the whole night, Cameron was broing everyone. Like
Really?
he's like, and then
he gets
Chandler.
protective over me.
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm big.
No,
bro.
he was enabling fucking Chandler. Yeah, he was big broing everyone. And then
Chandler's
like.
like, fuck yeah.
No,
clear it
Chandler
up.
knocked over a drink, and I was like, dude, don't fucking spill your shit. And then Cameron was like, anyone comes around, fuck everyone up. And then, like, all these
That
adults.
sounds about Chandler and Cameron blackout drunk.
Yeah, and then all these adults were looking at Chandler, and I was like, no, sorry, I spilled this, don't worry about it. And they're like, okay. And I was like, just trying to clean it up, and then, like,
Oh, God.
like Chandler, like, was just drunk, but Cameron was broing everyone,
Cameron
dude.
was super drunk when we got home. He
I
threw up
know.
for like 30 minutes.
I
Are
would,
you serious?
Yeah, on my mom's front lawn.
you don't know.
He was like posted up next to a tree like this, throwing up for a long time.
You
I
don't
was
know-
just sitting there laughing. Like,
I had
the
to
whole time.
cover for everyone so many times, like, they're like, tell me he's fucking cut off, and like, they were getting mad at
Probably
me.
shut up though.
And we did, yeah.
Where were you guys at?
I can tell you I tried my best to cut you off, but that doesn't work. And then, so I'd be like,
We're stubborn.
no, so Cameron came up, I was like, hey, they said Chandler can't drink anymore. And so Cameron's like, okay. And then Cameron starts drinking all your beers and then starts broing everyone. And I was like, God damn it, now I have two of them to deal
See,
with.
I didn't even know anything about this. All I remember is Forrest at the night saying, we're probably not invited back there. And from everything I remember, we already shouldn't have been invited back there.
No,
Where is this at?
I can promise you
It
they
was
were.
like a fucking grown-up party.
No, so
Like, literally, like, the vast majority of people were, like, up into the 40s.
it was really
What?
rough.
And you guys just went
Wait,
to
so this
someone's
wasn't at
house,
a
just,
bar.
like,
It was at
showed
a
up?
party.
No, it was.
There was a bar there.
Yeah,
in their
it
basement.
was really rough. But I took all the blame, so they think I did everything because I'm fucking a good friend.
You're the one that gave him all the beers. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
even at the end of the night, he fucking interrogated Chandler's like, who peed in the cup tonight?
Oh
And then, so I was like,
But no one drank that actual cup.
no one did, but
Someone peed in the cup.
What?
I made Cameron be in the cup. Okay, so I was sitting at the bar, I was just drinking.
I was
and then this,
involved
and
in
then this
also.
90-year-old lady sitting next to me was all fucking
Oh,
getting
yeah.
super mad at this dude. He was like, he drank all my wine. And I
No,
was
that's
like,
not why.
What? Yeah, it was.
No, the reason that Cameron peed in the cup is because Marissa's a dude she liked was being a super douche to her, and he showed up to the party, and then you
I
told
just mixed both the stories of that woman making the potion
I'll tell
and then
both.
pouring it into his cup.
no,
Okay.
the potion was a different
Yeah,
potion.
okay, so I'll tell you that story. So, like, this 9-year-old lady
Yeah,
was saying
tell
that
that
this
potion
guy
story.
drank all of her wine. She was super mad. So
Yeah.
she started making this fucking weird old potion in this bottle. She was putting, like, candy corn in there, weird booze, and weird, like, beer and stuff. And then I was like, hey, man, will you fill me up? So he, like, grabbed the tap and was filling up my beer. And while I did that, I just grabbed this fucking potion out of this lady's hand and I poured it into his beer. And he ended up drinking it. And then...
Barely.
Yeah.
He knew.
No, after a while he drank the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Every like 20 minutes he would forget that he would be like, oh, I don't know if I want to drink this. Over a while he would forget that was a thing, and then he would drink a bunch, and then it was like a cycle, like over an hour. The guy actually drank the whole thing.
No, so
But I thought I was just helping this old lady. Then that's what I thought I was getting interrogated from.
No.
And then that's the story I told his dad.
Yeah. So what happened? So this girl we know, her ex's family showed up, and then she mentioned something to Chandler. So I was peeing at the time, so I'll tell my side of the story. So I was taking a pee, and I walk out of the bathroom, and then then Chandler just follows Cameron in the bathroom, and this kid Patrick was there. He's like, just let it happen, and he made Cameron pee in this cup. And then so Cameron peed in this cup, and then we walk out front, and then Marissa's like, no, he's gone. So then Chandler threw the cup of pee,
I don't
and then
remember
Cameron
that.
picked up the cup, and then he threw away the cup, and then
Oh.
yeah, so there was no more pee at this point, so no one drank pee. And then so we go back in, party hours later and stuff like that. Chandler's acting a fool, Cameron's acting a fool. And I-
Sounds about right, but like I don't remember half of what he just said.
But then
Oh
why
my
would
God.
So I take offense to everything, but anyway, so what happens to me, we're sitting at the bar, and then Chandler's sitting next to me, and then the kid Patrick, his mom's like, who's peeing in cups tonight? And I was like, no one's peeing in cups, because, we're at this fucking old people's party. And then Patrick's like, no, she's like, no, it's okay, you can tell him that, he dumped it out and stuff like that. I was like, oh yeah, they peed in a cup, and then threw it out and stuff like that. And then,
See, should have said anything.
No.
Your mouth-
and then,
Shut.
no, so Patrick was like, yeah, tell him. He's like, why did I fucking lie about this? And Patrick told him that they peed in a cup and threw it away. And then, didn't think anything, and no one drank pee. And then later, the kid's dad's house that we were at was like, so there's rumors going around that you're peeing in cups. I'm like, no, because I'm like, I'm
I
not gonna.
stood my ground.
Yeah, so first they interrogated Chandler outside, like, hey, I heard you're peeing in cups. Chandler said no. And then he came and asked me and Cameron, and I'm like, no. And he's like, everyone's saying it's you that's peeing in cups. I was like, I'm not peeing in any cups. Why the fuck would I pee? I'm at this, everyone's fucking 40 years old plus at this party. Why would I pee in anyone's cup? But yeah, he's like, you look like the kind that would. I was like, alright, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've peed in a cup before. And I was like, but tonight, I've peed in no cups.
Sir, you might be kind of right.
And then Marissa came and she's like, no, they peed in a cup. He's like, they threw it out. It was just for my friends. He's like, okay.
Do they experience people peeing in cups often?
No, maybe.
The fact they were
Because,
This
like,
definitely
people,
it seems
it's
like it took him by surprise.
Like the way that they like talk about like,
But, like,
did someone
imagine-
pee in a cup again?
Yeah,
in like a
Again.
small room where there's a bar,
Well,
we're
they were-
conspiring and stuff. Like we're probably not that quiet.
No,
like,
but
we're
yeah,
probably
so-
shouting to each other our fucking plans and stuff.
But yeah, so that happened, and then they fucking, they thought it was me. I was like, okay. And then Marissa's like, yeah, they did. I was like, okay, fucking whatever. I did it, whatever. So that everyone the whole
But
night thought I
wasn't
did
that
it.
chick the one telling you guys to do stuff?
Well, she admitted it, and then everyone was like, okay, if you told them, it's not that bad. But they were
Totally.
mad. No, they were pissed. Like, so when we first got there, like, the kid's name's Colin. It's his house. And then me and Chandler showed up, and they're like, who are those guys? And then they're like, her name's Marissa, but like, it's Marissa's friends. They just came. And like,
Oh.
so they were just mad that us young people were there, and then all night.
So who's Marissa?
Oh, we definitely didn't help
to
out the
Colton,
situation.
or whatever his name is.
Cousin.
Nice.
From what I've heard,
Nice,
Do you know what I'm
Jack.
talking about?
I thought I was
Marissa?
pretty well behaved the whole
Remember
night,
Mallory?
but apparently there's a bunch of stories I
Her
don't know.
little sister? She's your sister's age? That's
wait,
it.
so
Her uncle's.
Her uncle
Uncle's
is Cameron's
party?
best friends. Or Cameron's friends.
dad.
Yeah.
So they're cousins.
Oh.
Yeah, they're
Wait, who's
cousins.
Cameron's best?
Colton Browning?
Oh, okay, I don't know this. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's funny.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, Cameron and Chandler acting a fool, and you can't hold anyone accountable. See, if
You
I
definitely
wasn't,
should though, because like
if
that
I
shit's
wasn't-
not cool.
if I wasn't a
If that
drunk,
was at my house, I'd be super fucking pissed.
if I
that you were
wasn't a
there.
drunk, I would have fucking hit Chandler and Cameron, and still got my ass kicked by Cameron.
I don't know. You could have ran.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No,
For a little
Cameron.
bit.
Like, so you were just drunk, but Cameron was frat boying everyone. And I was like, dude.
Well, I don't remember hitting you once.
And you
But
slapped
if
me.
I did, like, I probably wanted to get hit at that moment.
No, then you told everyone. Do you remember Lexi coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kept telling them, Forrest is such a dick, and that, like, you knocked over a cup. Literally, you spilled a cup, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? And I cleaned up your cup, and you filled up another beer, so I took the beer from you, and you kept telling everyone how I was a dick, so I took your beer from you.
That's pretty dickish, dude.
And you're like, he's such a fucking dick. And then Patrick was like, you keep fucking telling everyone. He's super gay, by the way. So he's like... And then I was like, God damn it. But yeah, so I was just like...
That's why we're not allowed out of our house very often.
Yeah,
We
that's...
gotta do that shit indoors.
See, Chandler slapped me, but I was like, he's drunk. See, I know how it is to be drunk. I would never hold him accountable for being drunk.
Sonny, you don't get that drunk ever.
I was a little
You
mad.
always push me, Chandler, drink more. And then I do, and then it's like, oh, look at this.
But the difference is I think Forrest has probably drank more than you did that night tonight. He just does it extremely often. Because that was supposed to be...
I don't get...
I was planning on that being like a 4th day thing for him,
my
because that
God.
was like 100% vodka, like the high, like almost the highest grade, like,
That's fucking nasty.
percentage
God.
vodka
I
you
forgot
could
you were
get.
drinking that.
and he's
before.
drank the whole thing almost.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Well,
I was thinking
I
you would
drink
be sipping on that
I drink
first
too
couple
much,
days.
but it's
Forrest
like
felt challenged
once every 2
and,
weeks.
No.
I didn't.
So I
Needed
don't have a
expectations.
tolerance for it.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
only
what I'm
drink
saying.
on the weekends, and then it.
That,
gets
oh,
me.
no. So the same thing I told Wesley when you talked
Glass
about
of
it.
wine tonight.
Hey, Sarah, have some.
No.
There's only a little bit
Whoa.
left. Maybe you get a
Yeah.
little loose.
More loose? What are you talking about?
No, I just wanted to see Manuel's face when I said that. I didn't mean to.
Oh, he didn't care. He was like, oh, so
No, I just wanted to see what he said when I said more loose. 'Cause I just wanted to see what he said. 'Cause, yeah.
Oh,
I-
Took me a second.
God.
It was a
Like,
prank on
wait.
Manuel, not you. I just
That's
when I
funny.
said more loose, I literally looked at him and was like,
Yeah.
and then he went like this.
Oh, shit.
Anyways, yeah.
She's
What
I don't
we-
know why I'm so angry when I'm drunk.
No, you weren't angry.
punani.
No, it wasn't an angry thing. It's Chandler's
What?
reckless when you're drunk.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a more appropriate word.
She can't handle
Reckless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not angry. Chandler gets reckless. So, no,
Slightly, I want to break shit.
no, it's
It's
not.
fun.
No, so the problem is people.
Well, I remember Cameron always telling me stories at the apartment where I would just like
No.
throw shit and be like,
No, the problem is people tell you not to do things.
And then you do it.
Yeah, people. That's
Chandler,
their
that's
fault.
not a good idea.
So
Oh.
you're saying
No.
that it's the
Do it just
old
to spite it.
Chandler where you tell him not to do something.
No,
he does it.
literally, this is high school Chandler if he gets
Yeah.
drunk. No, so what happened was when he spilled stuff on the counter. So it wasn't his fault at all. Literally, he like turned his arm. I've done it plenty of times. Chandler turns his arm
bumped
and it
it.
splashed a tiny bit. And then someone told him, "Hey, don't fucking spill." So Chandler picked up the cup and went.
that sounds about
Oh
right.
my God!
No, like,
that sounds
now
like
that
you
makes
would do
sense.
something like that.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say like me just pouring out cups.
No, that's what happened.
that makes way more
I'm
sense.
way more on your side with that
Yeah.
now, because like you was telling the story, I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird for Chandler to do. I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
No.
what I was
kind
thinking.
of out of character.
No, it wasn't a
Spilling
ran-
beer like that.
No, it
Wasted
wasn't a
beer.
random thing. And then like no, it was like
And then that's when you were like,
So
dude,
Lexi and
I
her
was
husband-
probably being sloppy as is, but
it was just
I
it was just
accidentally
drunk
did
thing.
it.
But I handled it. Like no one should be mad. I fucking as soon like I saw it come in, so I had a rag ready and I and then fucking it was gone. No problem whatsoever. And then the problem is Chandler kept filling up beers. And then
That's where the problem actually lies.
no,
Because I remember sitting on the one side, and then all of a sudden I was way closer to the beer for the rest of the night.
Well,
no, they just
I was
kept,
on the other side of the counter of where like people sit, so like right next to the spouts.
no. The funny, yeah, you guys fucking. The only part I was mad about the whole night is that you guys left me.
Called Caden, we needed a ride. We were sitting outside by
I was-
ourselves. We were like, we shouldn't be here. Let's get a
Yeah.
ride. And then we called Caden at 2
You
in the morning.
literally
and-
could have told me because I was standing inside going.
Oh my God.
But like in our minds, like we weren't sure if we got off the couch or not.
Oh.
So like we helped each other up. Well, I called Caden because we were sitting there,
Oh my
and then he's like,
God.
"I'm here, I think." And then we both helped each other up,
No.
out into Caden's car, and that's all we had to worry about. And then
The-
I asked Caden, I was like, should I have told Forrest? And he's like, you definitely should have told Forrest. And then that's when I called you.
No,
I had to
problem
reassure,
was-
like, I had to ask Kaden if I should have called you or not.
You know, the problem is that in that short time period, I had drinking all your guys' booze, all of it. So you guys like, ooh, no, so everyone cut you guys off. So I was like, fucking alright. So I was down to you
For
guys.
years.
So I started fucking tough guys and dudes.
Well, you know, sometimes dudes need to get
Literally,
tough.
I had a
Oh
message
my God.
to fucking Lexi, and I was like, hey, it's good seeing you. But if those guys are being assholes, let me know and I'll come back.
Oh,
She just got
my
married
God.
like a few weeks ago.
No, I said something. I in the message I was like, if they're rude to you or your husband, let me know.
Oh, so you covered it. It's all good.
No, it's not like I was hitting. I wasn't hitting on her.
But you offered to come back and fight dudes for her.
No, for her and
For
Marissa.
both of them, for the squad.
Yeah, so in that time, but so the fucked up part is that it's me and Cameron. Cameron's like, hey, I'm gonna go say hi to this dude that we know, and then so I was like, what's up, guys? And I was talking to him, and all of a sudden Cameron's gone, and I was like, just sitting there, and then all of a sudden Chandler calls me, hey, we left. Kane picked us up. I was like, what the
And then you
fuck?
showed up at our house.
You said come over because Cameron's throwing up.
Hey, you slept the night, so you didn't like.
I didn't sleep the night.
Maybe.
So what happened was Wesley knows the rest of the story.
Yeah.
Cause I was
Caitlin drove us and picked up Cameron's car.
no, I drove you.
You drove us.
So
Caitlin
I drove
me.
Caitlin to your car, and then
Cameron's.
yeah, Cameron's car, and then Caitlin drove home, and I came over here was playing Red Dead, and then I was like, I need some cigarettes. So I went over to fucking Maverick, bought some cigarettes. I was like, Wes is like, hey, were you in Maverick? I was like, yeah, let's get some cigarettes.
Yeah, that was an odd moment in time because
What?
it was weird timing. So I went over and we cleaned this church, and it was like 2 a.m. I waited until the last second because I wanted to take like a little nap, and I was driving back and I wanted to stop at Maverick and get a drink, and I pulled in and I looked over and there was someone at the gas pumps. I'm like, kind of looks like Forrest. You had your back turned, and then you got in your car and left. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I pulled out and I turned right and I was gonna go down, like past the freeway or whatever.
Yeah.
And I looked over. I'm like, oh, he's over at the office. I'll see what he's doing. I'm like, were you at Maverick? Like, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I came over and I got the story right after it happened.
Cameron
God.
asked Forrest if he could what was it? A trust fall?
No, it wasn't even that.
Oh
You
my
said you could
hell.
support his weight. And
No, so
he did drop just like.
Oh.
no, it wasn't a dead drop. So I was carrying fucking Cameron inside. He was like, it was after he had thrown up. So like, I was just carrying him. Like I was barely holding my own. And then he's like, I was like, dude, you want to hop on a piggyback? He's like, you can't carry me. I was like, yeah, I can hop on my back. He's like, no, you can't. He's like 200 pounds, and just goes, throws
my
me to the
God.
ground, and then just,
I thought you
Body
tried to
slams you.
trust fall and you just both threw me.
No.
Because when they both fell, I was in the way, so I got thrown onto a
Oh,
beanbag,
shit.
and I couldn't stop laughing. I didn't know he just threw you to the ground.
no, he's like, oh, okay, you can't hold 200 pounds, and he fucking throws me to the ground, and then just fucking falls with you onto it.
Sounded alright.
No, like, I was like, oh yeah, 200 pounds, huh? That's what
I
I made
remember
it.
that, and then all of a sudden I got thrown into a beanbag.
Yeah, it was hilarious, because I was like, yeah, 200 pounds, I made it to the ground before you. He just like, can you hold 200 pounds, grabs me by grabs me by my neck, and just,
So he was trying to jump on top of you,
yeah.
or throw you into
It,
your lap.
whether or not he pushed all the weight on me, I was laughing right when he said, can you hold 200 pounds? I was like, yeah. And I was laughing, and then and then he got fucking road burn on his arm.
Damn.
That'd be crazy.
Looking for mints?
No, I have a starburst in here, I think, and I want it.
You're
I
right,
have
we do
gum.
need cigarettes.
Oh my god.
Yes, we
you're a
do.
demon. Yes. Digging for gold.
Do you think it's human nature?
Damn, I wish I had a
Starburst.
purse.
Yeah.
For Starburst, I put Cheetos all day in my purse.
Ew!
Open bag of Cheetos
You're
is
like
going
just
in.
walking around and you
Manuel,
pull your hands
Waiting
out and they're
line,
like
like-
cheese
What?
covered.
you and Sarah, tell us your most embarrassing story of other people. Of us. One of us. 4. Or 3.
Like that we remember seeing.
Yeah, what's an embarrassing story?
Oh my
about-
god, when you and Manuel hardcore made out in the car while I was driving.
That's because of him.
Wait a minute, hold on. He likes to
Okay,
kiss dudes.
she's fucking
Sarah
likes to kiss dudes.
Sarah, tell the
feel like
true
everybody-
story about.
Oh,
When we were driving,
my
you
God.
and we were like, you guys won't
We
kiss
were
it.
going-
Oh no, that was with you and Joel.
No,
You and Joel
Exactly.
made out during Kiss Me.
No, that was
Yes.
Ryan or Brett. That was
That
Brett.
tongue in there too?
Joel and Brett.
No, it was just me,
So,
Manuel, and
listen,
Sarah.
Okay.
And tell the
going to
true
Fox
story.
Sports.
Don't
Okay.
tell I was interrupted.
Okay, so
Yeah.
to be honest, they weren't like make out, but they just kept on kissing.
No!
Yes,
Tell-
it was. You guys were both gone. You
I
were
remember
so
that
gone.
part. I don't
So we were
remember.
Tell
driving-
me fucking why.
We were driving to some like high school kids like house, and I remember
Yeah,
the
don't
oldest
blame
was
me.
there.
Tell me about your husband.
And okay, so we were like the
I'll
old-
fucking tell the true story if you lie.
So we were the oldest ones there, and I remember were just coming around, like just got off I-15, like down.
Tell about
26
this
South.
junkie.
Junkie and
And we were like,
Stuff.
we were turning around like on like a corner, and then all of a sudden you guys just started talking. I was driving, and all of a sudden Manuel was like, "You want me to kiss you?" And I was like,
There we
"What
go.
the fuck?" and then
Forrest probably
Of
screams
course,
right
Forrest-
before that. It's not gay if you're.
No.
and
Manuel was just saying he's gonna
before-
kiss me.
Before you guys like sticking your heads out, like just causing noise, and I remember. What is this? Oh, what? Oh,
Fucking
my
J
God.
Trump.
I get blamed for 10% of that because I tilted my head up. I didn't move like closer to it, but I did go. Yeah, for sure, dog. Give it to me. So I get blamed for him going 90. I
I bet
went
he
10.
says that more
Oh,
often.
my
Tell about Manuel kissing me. That was
Okay,
all Manuel that
So
night.
back to the story. So yeah, you guys were just like.
I don't want to
Hold on,
say
you
it
guys
was
were both
me.
sticking your heads out the window, and like you guys just causing a chaos. And I'm like, get your guys' heads in. And then Manuel was sitting in the front seat, and you were in the back. You were kind of like leaning over in the front so like us three could talk. And I remember we were following I think we were following you guys or you were probably in the car. I can't remember.
Probably. I was
I
probably
think you
driving.
were in the back seat with Forrest. Anyway, and Manuel said something. He's like, "You want me to kiss you?" And like Forrest was like, "I'll do it. I'll do it."
He kissed me.
And then Manuel's like, "Whoa, I do it too." And like you guys are both just like getting closer, and finally you guys just kiss. And then he goes like, "Yeah," and then you guys like high five. And, like,
That's a appropriate response.
and
I'd be
then
like,
like
high five,
and then
yeah.
you guys like did it again. I'm like, "Oh my god, my husband's
I
making
don't
out with my
remember.
fur. This is weird." And I was like, "Stop!" And then Ben was like, "Yeah."
I can see that.
He was like so proud of it. I remember. It was just like
That was the day I dropped my phone
so
and
bad.
broke part of the
Haven't
screen.
you kissed Jeff too?
No.
Oh, that was.
I remember
a
the
little
first
different.
time Forrest kissed me, and Wesley knew the true story, and he like played for like 3 years. Be like, no, Chandler definitely kissed Forrest.
You want to
But it
ask
was
the true story about everyone? Ask everyone a true story? Okay, tell your version.
Well, no. Well,
I always
Tell
get
your
voted off.
version.
'Cause
My version?
Forrest can
No, Wes,
Forrest
or
convince
Chandler.
everyone that
Convinced.
he grabbed my
oh.
chin.
now,
or-
okay.
Convinced.
The,
Tell
I
your
always get
Chandler.
shorted on this story.
Tell your story,
the
Chandler.
problem for us.
Convinced.
The problem for us is you've admitted to it on
Still-
here before.
Ask him.
Okay, thank you.
The thing,
Ask him now.
They probably still think that Chandler kissed you
You
Yeah.
think?
because you were.
He convinced
good at
everyone that night,
convincing.
and then finally one night he admitted the truth of he grabbed my chin
Ooh.
and twisted me towards him and then kissed me. I
think
probably
he's-
went 10 that time too, but
Regardless of the truth, I think he's exaggerating towards his side. Let's tell your story.
I don't remember. I wasn't there.
See?
I
And you
don't
kissed me?
You know what?
camera.
From what it looked like you were walking over.
Are you talking about?
And it looked like someone had like grabbed a face, but then like you didn't move. From what I just saw,
No.
you were just like,
Oh, this was a different incident.
Yeah.
What?
Kissed.
Yeah,
They've
we're talking
kissed
like
multiple
4
times.
years ago.
"Oh my god."
Multiple times though. No
You know what's a
biggie.
funny
I
story
believe
that
It's almost up.
people
so.
forget happened?
I got that one.
James, he would always tell people like I kiss you on the mouth. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, he always would say that.
And then me
So-
and James
Like, oh my
offered
gosh,
to
I'd
fight
kiss you
everyone
on the
that
mouth.
told us we were gay.
That was.
I remember that.
was a-
That was fucking
that was-
hilarious.
that
There's
was
a
a
bunch of
weird
fucking
night.
younger kids there that like we
There's
didn't
other
know,
country
and like
kids.
they were like,
Yeah.
if you kiss guys, you're gay. And then Forrest and James kiss and be like, call us gay, see what happens, or something along those lines.
Well, I just remember James did it one night when we were at the West Bountiful house. I don't remember who was there. He looked at me. He's like, "I'll kiss you on the fucking mouth." And I'm like, "Bet." And I kissed him right on the mouth, and he was like,
He did that like another 6 times. So like
What?
every single person in the friend group he had kissed.
Yeah, I think he's kissed the most men out of our
Hey.
friend group.
Yeah,
Definitely.
probably.
Do you know what
Would not
Marissa pointed
surprise
out
me.
to me? So did she, or he sent you the picture of him dressed as Misty, right?
Right.
He's
Oh
super
my god,
thin.
I
Yeah,
saw
we talked
that.
about that. Yeah.
Wait, who? James?
Yeah, he.
I might still have that
What?
picture.
I need to see. I haven't seen a picture or even seen him.
Oh,
in
you'll love
Probably
this.
not.
You'll love this one.
Not a, it's an interesting picture.
What?
He's dressed up
Oh,
as
yeah, right
Misty
here.
from Pokemon.
But yeah, look how
Who's
thin
the
he
original
looks. I didn't realize it.
I don't have
Holy
Snapchat, you guys, so let me see this.
shit. He looks tiny.
Yeah.
And
He went on the forced Chandler
Pale.
diet. Oh yeah.
Well, he's dating a fucking 35-year-old woman or something like that.
Really?
Killer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She was
Yeah.
Ash Ketchum. That
Yeah.
because
I don't have the couple
him.
picture.
Yeah, I guess so.
Good for him though. I'm
Yeah.
stoked. I want to see him real bad. I think I just
Oh,
want to
me
surprise
too.
him.
Yeah. He says
He
he
lives
might
in
be,
Texas right now.
California.
Who lives in Texas? Oh,
Most of those guys.
Tyler. I think you guys confused.
He told me that he might be coming up here for Christmas.
He told me that a while ago too.
I don't think
Like
he will, to
Christmas
be
and New
honest.
Year?
I'm not trying to be a dick, but I don't think he will.
I don't know.
Forrest being a dick.
Let's just all go.
I think it'd be awesome.
Get a van and drive down.
If
to
you guys are
God's
willing to
Island
plan a
Fargo.
time, I can talk to his sister and we can literally meet up with him.
Well, you'd want
That'd
to
be
take some
cool.
time off if we were down there.
Well, if we went for a weekend.
I feel like we should just let him.
What
know,
does he
though.
do for a job?
No, we gotta surprise him. I'll talk to
He's
his
got a
sister.
few. Like he
Hey.
was working at a restaurant, and then he was
jobs.
also working at like some other place. But he got like a assistant manager.
I
at one
guarantee
place.
if I talk to his sister, she can tell them to plan like, hey, we're gonna go on this trip to see your friends or something, or whatever it is. Like, hey,
Hey,
take
show up and said,
take this
And then,
weekend off.
yeah, that'd be cool.
She would tell him.
Yeah, I'm
'cause-
sure we could set something up.
yeah. Because when he wasn't responding to any of them, his sister called me and was like, and me and Weston, I was like, it's because I live with him, but she's like, hey, have you talked to James? I was like, yeah, I see him every day, I live with him.
Right.
But it's just like he was working at the time, so when they tried to call him, he wasn't answering just because he was working. So they were like, oh, I'm worried.
Right.
But yeah. But yeah, if we plan something, but
my
we all,
favorite time with
we
James
constantly
was when
say
we were
that,
living
but-
together, and we'd both get off like super late at night, and we would like starting at like 6 o'clock in the morning. We would like smoke a fucking shit ton, and then just watch a bunch of weird ass movies till like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was way fun though.
the Woods Cross house was fun but rough. Especially in
I
it was
remember
just me and
that.
you.
Yeah, rough for sure, but oh my god, so many.
It was
goddamn
fun at
memories.
first because me and Chandler made so much fucking money at first.
Yeah.
Like the first week,
What were you guys doing? I forgot.
We were working for that oil company.
we recycled like used cooking oil for biodiesel.
When I switched to sales, they fucked up one time and gave me my month salary and one paycheck. I had a check for
For multiple
$2,700.
times. Don't say just once.
Okay.
He got like fucking 3 checks that were $2,600.
Yeah. Like that's the kind of money we were making.
And I was
at, like,
making-
the beginning of that.
so
and
I
stuff.
made
It
15
just didn't last very long.
Yeah, so what happened was like it was like a month after I moved in. I made like $1,500 one paycheck, and Chandler made like $2,600. So I spent $800 on booze, and then he spent like, so we spent like 16.
Like legit, like we bought so much fucking alcohol.
We spent about
Most of our
$2,000.
cupboards didn't have food in; they were just empty fucking booze bottles.
We spent like $2,000 on booze.
Yeah.
And that was like the
I
first
believe
check
it.
we moved in, and then after that was downhill. Cause then I got super skinny because I couldn't afford food.
Yeah. It got rough as
Yeah.
fuck for a while.
Because it was
But
just
we always figured out a way to get.
yeah, it was
30
just me and
bucks.
Chandler living there. Like sometimes, like to pay the check, we had to go take our change. No, we
Oh.
never take change, did we?
I don't know. I've definitely done that 1,000 times.
Yeah,
though.
so it's like you know, we were making not much, but like so it was $1,300 a month. So like
if we didn't spend so much money on booze, we would have been fine.
Yeah.
But
no,
we're
we
like-
we
we're
both
like
had
18,
other we both had
19.
other payments though. So like $650 a month plus like the next check. Like we were so fucking poor. It was just me and Chandler. Literally, me and Chandler lived there for like 4 months, paying $1,300 a month.
That's rough.
Now I could do it.
Right.
To be honest, part time. My dad's like, dude, you make $1,300 part time. I was like, damn, pa.
Actually,
I'm about to
no,
get
you
her
make
job.
nothing.
What?
You make nothing.
Yeah, Wesley's right.
yeah, nothing at all.
No.
Yeah.
He's unemployed.
Yeah.
He only works here at Topshelfers.
He makes $25 a
Yeah. You know, we pay our taxes to the bits. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we always pay our taxes accordingly.
We're making jokes,
to
guys.
Twitch.
Everything we say is hypothetical. We don't.
20
you know,
years, you're gonna be super famous, and they're gonna look back on this and be like, "Gotcha."
They can. Well,
Al Capone.
everything we've said about drugs is hypothetical. It's all stories. We're just
Yeah.
doing this for entertainment.
We got
It's
a
all
movie
fake.
script,
Yeah.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
No one
But-
here's done cocaine.
but really though.
That one.
Really though?
But really though, like, woo, super fun.
Hey, Chandler can tell his
Hypothetically.
story.
Hypothetically,
I mean,
yeah.
Chandler's experience is his own. I'm sober. You can drug
Yeah,
test
always-
me right now.
All my stories consist of me remembering like the least
Oh,
important
pass.
parts of the night. For some reason, every time I get super fucked up, I only remember me being super good. And then I like wake up the next morning, I'm like, I wasn't that bad last night. And then I hear stories like that. Like last weekend, I told the camera, I was like, no problem. Like
No,
we
we're
were fine
never.
tonight. I didn't know any of this shit till just now.
We're never invited back there. I can tell you that.
Well, yeah, that's what you told me that. I just remember you're like, we're probably not invited back there. And I was like, yeah, makes sense.
They were so
Like,
mad at the beginning, but at the end, oof.
They were about to throw punches.
No one's like.
I had a camera.
No, the funniest was So Chandler was talking to the kids' grandparents like for like hours on end.
They were
And then-
cool.
Yeah. So like they weren't mad at Chandler, you know. They were just all having a good time. And then Cameron's like, he's gonna fuck that old lady. I was like, I goddamn
Oh my
hope so.
God.
50-50.
50-50.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone should be, you know, Chandler slaps me, but you know, no one should be. Everyone gets drunk. Everyone does drunk shit.
It's just every time I drink too much. That's
Me too.
Like, I,
You know,
Yeah,
when it
reckless.
comes to that, it's like
No, we've all been there.
it goes pretty far.
No, don't. If anyone's drunk and you're a fucking dick to them, doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
Why is there organic cotton balls here?
I have
Middle
no idea.
put
I
new cotton
put
in
new
his,
cotton
he
on.
said.
Ah, for his
Oh,
easy.
okay.
Organic.
Now he's got some.
For his
Healthy
big-
choice. You're not gonna get lung cancer now. No, organic. Come
Yeah.
on.
But like I
Hey
said,
now.
no one should be held accountable for when they're drunk. Well, okay, somewhat accountable, but like
Somewhat.
we all do. We all say dumb
Because, like-
shit. I think saying
Yeah.
things.
It's more like,
Like
Chandler,
getting mad
don't
at
drink
someone
the rest
who's
of that
drunk is
fucking
totally
vodka.
pointless because they won't.
Yeah.
Because remember, Colin had a bottle of Sky, and I drank the rest of it. That was a problem.
What are you talking about?
I drank the rest of Colin's Sky last
Wait.
weekend. Yeah. You
Oh
remember?
yeah, yeah.
I was like, anyone else want some? They're like, no. I was like, oh, all me. And I fucking drink. I drank the rest of his fucking
He
bottle.
did. He did.
All by myself. I polished off that bottle.
Well.
And that's probably where the rest of that story came from.
Yeah.
That happens.
Everyone gets drunk. No one deserves to be.
Do you get hangovers?
No, I drank a lot of water when I got home.
That's what I'm saying.
Pedialyte?
I'm just.
Just kidding.
I
That's
can't
what I'm
even
saying.
remember the last time I had a hangover.
Like someone gets.
Oh, we had Jordan Jermel over a couple. Jordan.
Tell a story, please.
Yeah, let's hear the story.
But no, it was just I'm like always like the mom. Whenever I feel like I go out with people, I'm always like, it's okay, guys. Like I'll be fine. Like I'm always like the sober one. But like I remember he just drank so much. I don't even remember what he was drinking or whatever, like what he drank or anything. I just remember like he was like super sick, and I was like, I think there's a Pedialyte in the fridge because we had got it because I thought I was gonna get a hangover, but I never used it. But I tasted it and I was like, that's disgusting. I don't know how people drink those. It was.
I've never heard of it.
It was like it's like.
You're probably the mom
Kinda
to
like
like the
a protein
worst
shake.
group of friends.
It's
ever.
like a vitamin drink.
I know, but I
Most
love it.
group of friends can probably like handle the shit
It
like
is
most
really
nights,
good
but
for
like
when you
there's at
don't
least
wanna
like 2 or
get
3
a
people
hangover.
every single night for our group of friends.
some
That's like
people it helps a
they're
lot.
too drunk for their own good.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if someone's like, "Oh, don't fucking be a dick to him," I was like, "Dude, come on, he's drunk. Take care of him." We've
Yeah.
all been there. Every single person that's been drunk.
I would love to hear a story of Cameron and I fighting together,
Oh my
but
God.
neither of us remember fighting.
You wake up, you're like, "What's up, bro?"
No,
Bro, bro,
Cameron
bro.
was broing too many people. I was trying to tell him to stop, but he was broing me too. Like when you dumped out your drink on the counter, I was like, "Dude, please don't do that." Like someone's gonna get mad, and Cameron's like, "I'll fuck anyone up that says anything." I was like, "Don't enable him." Like
You're like, "Please don't."
I was like, "Come on."
That's
dude.
why Cameron and I are so compatible.
No, Cameron, it's too much though. It's like when he's drunk, at least. It's like, come on, you're just.
He's the king of the castle.
He's like, you act a fool, and then it's like, instead of telling you not to act a fool, he's like, I'll fuck anyone up this is, like,
That's a good thing, dog.
he's a frat boy for sure.
He's looking out for me. If I wasn't there, he wouldn't be frat boying. It was only because of my behavior that he got like that.
He got
No.
riled up.
Yeah.
It's when he's drunk, he frat boys. Yeah.
Cameron?
I'm usually more drunk than Cameron is.
I've been around like all of you guys.
No, he's super
When you
nice.
guys
He's
were,
not gonna
all-
fuck.
all- like,
Well,
all
he'll
super
fuck with
fun.
me if I'm trying to defend myself. But
He's
yeah, he
super
frat
fun.
boys for sure.
Mm.
He gets a big boy attitude.
Because
Like,
he is a big boy.
Yeah, but like he was telling like Marine Corps soldiers like, I'll fuck you up.
When was that?
Last weekend.
Oh,
When I do
they were there?
Yeah, there was a dude that just got back from Marine camp. He was telling a story, and then Cameron was like,
Because
"I'll
Cameron's
fuck you up."
never been
Huh?
We can call him.
down.
Well,
It's
I'm
okay, you just
fine.
gotta say-
She's just tired.
That sounds like-
Sleep.
I told her to bring another car,
That's okay.
but she
I
didn't
don't
want
want
to
to
bring
drive
another car.
myself.
We
But I can
go
drive
for
for
like
myself.
6
I'm
hours.
surprised she lasted until now. She's usually
Yeah,
in
it's
bed
been
by
fucking
like
late.
11.
This is a good one. We've been going a while, so whenever we're ready.
I'll go home and play zombies.
Oh
I want
my
to go home and
god.
make some food.
Food sounds
I know that's one thing I
Oh,
didn't
BLT.
bring. I
You know what I had?
BLT.
What we had
really?
before we got here? We had the pizza over from.
Oh yeah, we went to Pie Hole.
My mom got a pizza vendor from
Before we
Italian
end,
Village.
what are we doing
Have
tomorrow?
you guys ever been there? Italian Village in Salt Lake. Get pizza benders. It's like a croissant,
Do you have something
but
you want to do?
1,000 times better.
Tomorrow? Oh
Like,
yeah,
you guys
Gina was
legit-
asking, and I have no
Oh,
clue.
I
Okay,
guess
besides
the one that we
Gina,
always
what do you
get
want
is
to
like cheese and ham.
It
Well,
doesn't
like,
matter
they
to
probably
me.
have
I
cheese
mean,
ones,
because
like,
the
either
thing
way,
he
they're
asked
still
me
fucking
was,
delicious.
It's called
do you
pizza.
do we have plans
It's
for
called
so
Italian
Saturday?
Village.
I'm like,
Italian Village.
Italian Village, but
haven't
you
talked
want
to
the
anyone
pizza vendors.
about
I've
that
never
other
been
than
there for anything but
people were
pizza
interested
vendors.
in a party. But I'm like,
That's
I
how
don't go
good
any
they are.
parties.
Like I've never once gone to that
So,
restaurant and be like, no,
Honestly,
I
I
don't
don't
want a
care.
pizza
We can
vendor.
just
Like,
chill
give me
or
them
do something.
all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fighting Aaron tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa,
are
whoa,
you guys
whoa,
coming?
whoa,
Did
what?
you move
Where the
that?
hell was
Yeah,
it?
What
this
time?
week to this weekend. Probably 2
Afternoon
or 3
sometime.
afternoon.
Where are you going?
Can I come,
I'm
please?
fighting this kid
course.
for promotion for our podcast.
I thought you
Where
couldn't
at?
do fighting stuff.
No,
we
we're
can't
not gonna
stream
stream it. Yeah.
Oh,
We don't. It depends on the weather. I know a couple places we can go if the weather's good. If the weather's not,
So when we talk to Gina, do it there.
I don't want to do it at that.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Boxing
I think
ring.
so, because then be people watching and
Yeah, I don't
judging.
wanna
Yeah, that'd be
do that.
awkward.
wait, who are you fighting?
Aaron
Aaron.
Palmer, Grains. Does music.
He's a super nice kid, but
He's been on here a couple times.
You're
Here-
gonna let it loose, right?
Huh?
You're gonna
No.
let it loose.
No.
Aaron?
I'm not
Release the
gonna-
Kraken.
But like, if he
No.
hits you a few times in the face, will you please kick him in the head?
well, if he's getting,
Oh,
Come
I mean, if
I
he-
think Wesley would go to his limit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to.
He's,
his
is he
limit.
blonde?
Yeah.
It's
like
he's got dark
wider.
hair. It's just short.
Yeah.
Maybe dirty blonde.
I can't.
We'll-
I
we'll
can't
end it
picture
and
who
I'll show
this
you.
is.
Yeah, I'm just.
You gotta
gonna go
make sure,
his
like,
limit. I'm not gonna like.
What
go
time?
in
What
So
time
you
is it
guys
for
just
sure? I'll
friendly
fucking
fight?
tell
2 or
him.
3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set an alarm at
It's
12
not.
and call
Yeah,
you.
if it was different.
I'm not gonna
fighting,
wake up
I'm
at
just
12.
Okay, well, obviously I'm
go
gonna like
beat
Two.
him
shower.
up. But it's just
I'll wake up at
strictly-
1
You
and like
talking to
shower and
me?
shit, and then
You
call
talk,
you.
are
Okay,
you talking
that's
to
good.
me?
All right, guys, we're gonna end this and then plan shit out. So, yeah, come tomorrow or whenever we fucking stream next.
Yeah.
We may stream tonight, some gaming, but unsure yet. But yeah, everyone have a good night. Talk to you guys later.
Yay.
Buenas